Yes, guys, welcome back. How's everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, this is I didn't I didn't expect to be live tonight, but we saw some news that's hitting Twitter at the moment. Everyone's talking about the Enzo Fernandez deal, so I thought I have to do a live video. Everyone's going to be chatting about it anyway, so let's do a video about it and let's just talk about some Liverpool transfers. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. I can't lie, guys. But yeah, welcome back to everyone. Thank you for joining me yet again. Another Liverpool show. It's good to talk about Liverpool, although we're horseshit. It is still good to talk about Liverpool Football Club. I miss talking about Liverpool Football Club. I miss talking about transfers and possible things that might happen, like this Enzo Fernandez deal, the Jude Bellingham deal, and the Amrabat deal. Three midfielders that Liverpool want to bring into the football club. We're going to chat about that tonight as well, guys. So we got to everyone. For the guys that are in the WhatsApp group, the links have been sent to the WhatsApp groups. So if anyone wants to join, more than like, go for it, guys. Hit that link, come in and join me as well. And if you want to come and join, you know you can. G, I know he's stuck in the snow getting home, so safely get home, my friend. But everyone else, what the links in the chat coming in. We got John Moore as well. So guys, the links are there's the link in the live chat, I do believe. And there is a link in the WhatsApp groups, guys. So if you want to come in, guys, you're more than welcome. All of you always. We've got a lot to talk about, guys. We've got a lot to talk about before we do all that. Don't forget the like button, guys, on your way in. Let's just hit that like button straight away when you come in, guys, and subscribe as well. Don't forget, guys, we're on our way to 3K. We're not far off now. So, yeah, start hitting that subscribe button if you've not subscribed. Because there's quite a lot of people that watch my channel but don't subscribe. So, yeah, let me know why you don't subscribe, guys. I'd love to know. And, yeah, hit that subscribe button, guys. And hit that fun button while we're live. There's 37 people already in here. That's hit the like button. We're only on 17 likes. Let's get that to 30 likes right now. So that fun button underneath the video, just go and press it once if you've not pressed it already, and it brings up a like on the video. It shoots out the algorithm onto YouTube. And while we're live, more people will be coming in, guys. So make sure you hit that like button. Big up to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all good. Psychedelic Scientist in the house. Colin, how you doing? Raging Pot, Captain Sal, Edward, John Moore, Bailey, Egyptian King, Lakers, 6 times. Big up everyone in the house. How are you all doing? Ends, Jason, Edward. Big up Ryan. Big up to everybody. So this is how it's going to go, guys. We're going to talk about it. We're going to try and break it down. All the transfer news going on right now. Let me just get some of you in the chat right now. Edward says, I will come in my pants if Enzo and Jude join. Calling it now, Jane. We both sign. Enzo and Jude next season, we go invincible. Big up Jason. I also come on if we both sign them. Big up Ends, man. Ends and links in the WhatsApp groups, man, if you want to come in. Big up Ryan. Raging Pot. Rather than have Amrabat, fits Klopp's system perfect. He's ideal price-wise and wages. Enzo would be expensive. So we signing Enzo, Kudos and Jude. Not a bad window. Hey chat, what's the price range on Enzo? We're going to get to all that. Big up to everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Big up my friend. Hello, I'm paralysed. Can't use my hands, but would like to know how this works. Mate, just sit back and relax. And if you need to get, if you can chat in the chat, my friend, and talk to everyone. So everyone say hello to our friend there. Big up to you, my friend. Big up to you. You well, mate. John, you're welcome to come on. 6 times says, don't see us getting both Jude and Enzo. It's one or the other. Big up Ravi. Big up Bailey. Big up Captain Sal. Big up to all you guys in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. Trudon in the house as well. Panoff in the house. Demo in the house. I would love this. How do I subscribe? Just hit the subscribe button, my friend. Just hit the subscribe button right underneath the video. You just press that subscribe button right underneath the video, my friend. How much are we looking to spend for 3 players? Yeah, big up to the new man in the house. Right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. So, look, guys, before we start all this and start talking about it, it is just rumours right now. Nothing is set in stone just yet. Nothing is set in stone just yet, guys. So, we've got, it is just rumours. But at this moment in time, it looks like there's so much rumour on this Enzo thing that it could be a true thing. So we're going to see, guys. We're going to see. I'm going to put a poll in the chat as well. Who would you rather have? Right. I'm going to put it in the chat, guys. I'm going to put a thing in the chat. You guys get to this poll in the chat and let me know who you would rather have if you had to choose one of them. If you only could choose one of them. Right. It's in the chat. Link in the chat right now. There's a poll in the chat right now. Go and check out the poll. Go and check out the poll and tell me who you'd rather have, Enzo or Jude, if you had to pick. So, guys, as I say, these are all transfer rumours. The transfer speculation. Until I see a player holding up the red shirt at AXA training ground, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to get excited about it. But, we're going to talk about it anyway. So, Liverpool have agreement in principle to sign Enzo Fernandez. The outlet report that Liverpool anticipated interest from Manchester United and Man City, which resulted in Liverpool acting early to tie up a deal with Fernandez. So it's a bit like the Diaz situation last January. Liverpool wanted to wait till the summer to buy Diaz. Then they saw Barcelona and Tottenham were going for Luis Diaz, so Liverpool acted early. Argentina outlet Dario Le Capital report that Liverpool have an agreement in principle to sign Enzo Fernandez in June 2023 from Benfica. The outlet report that Liverpool anticipated interest in from Manchester United and Man City, which resulted in Liverpool acting early to tie up the deal for Fernandez. Messi described Fernandez as a spectacular player after his side's victory over Mexico. Fernandez has been a standout performer for Argentina as they go in search of World Cup glory. The Argentines face Croatia on Tuesday. So I'm not sure about that bit, but yeah, so that's a little article from that. Liverpool have reached an agreement for Enzo Fernandez. This is everything on Twitter right now, with sights of the player joining in summer 2023. The pre-contract agreement has been signed with Benfica, with Liverpool expecting the player to join them in 2023. Bring ends in. Big up, my man.
I'm big up, bro.
You all right?
I'm good, man. See you drinking. What glass of wine is that?
That is 1.5 liters of Pepsi. Oh man, that's all I drink, man. That's all I drink. How you doing, though?
I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. So, what's your feelings on all this?
Quality player, man. I'm not gonna say I've watched him play quite frequently, but he's one of those kind of players that we need in a team, man. I see a couple of people saying he looks a bit like Thiago, is more of a Thiago style player. Good on the ball, good ball retention, can find passes, got an engine on him as well. So young, which is good. And we need some players with some legs in our midfield now. So nothing wrong with that deal, man. And if it is true, I just want to know how much we paid for him. Because if we've already got a deal in principle, that means we've signed him, right? Or pretty much tied it all up.
Well, that's what they're saying here. So the pre-contract agreement has been signed with Benfica. So, look, apparently his release clause is 120 mil. That's his release clause. Now, Liverpool are not really known to be lover of release clauses, are they? They don't really go for player. I think the only one we've done was it Ibu. He had a release clause, didn't he, at Leipzig? I think.
Yeah. We paid it,
but that's like 38 million.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah.
This is a lot, right? So I know a lot of people are now chatting about, oh, is this already the new owners buying these players and stuff like that? And I don't think it is. I literally just think You know when you go to sell your house,
Yeah,
you put a loft conversion on before you sell it because you want to maximise your as much as you can. You want to maximise it as much as you can to get
much
the best
profit you
out.
can make. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the same with FSG. I've been saying it for a while. If FSG spend between January and the summer ridiculous amounts of money, and they know they're leaving the football club anyway, and someone's buying them, they're not worried because they're not going to be worried if they're going to get money back on these transfers. Look, FSG's whole thing is that we buy players that go firstly help the club succeed, and then secondly have some interest in them. You know, we
yeah,
don't buy a player that we usually can't sell on. So, so where they're buying these players, if they don't work out, if they've sold the club for £3.5 billion, it's not really going to matter, is it?
nah,
And that's the thing. So, big up everyone. So, yeah, I mean, I think this could be true. This could be true. John, how are you, my man?
I mean, I'm excellent. I'm in a very good mood.
John's in a very good mood. That's good to hear, John. Tell us why you're in a very good mood.
I've said this. I've been telling you guys this for fucking weeks on weeks on weeks. I've been saying this is going to happen, and that looks as if it's going to happen. No one believed it. Nobody believed it when I said it.
Big up to you. Big up to the boss, though. Big up to the boss.
big up, man.
Thank you very much.
Yes, boss man.
Baz, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm thinking, John is definitely the transfer king, bruvs. You know what I mean? So he's I think we're saying it's up to John who we sign, bruvs, and I think he knows what's up, man.
Appreciate that, Mark. Hey, man. Appreciate that. I think I subbed back to your channel as well.
There you go. All good, all good. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of so when these sort of rumours start appearing, you know, I don't always do videos straight away because I like to take my time because, you know, you can get kicked in the face. You know what I mean? I mean, we could still get kicked in the face. Yeah, we could be doing this live in an hour. You know, Fabrizio turns up and says this is all bullshit. I mean, but there is just too much. There's too much coming out on Twitter at the moment from all over the place. Do you know what I mean? It's literally coming out from all over the place. And you don't usually get a lot of people that, like, is it Dave O'Clock retweeting things and writing stories about stuff if he's not, you know, completely sold on it. You know, there's so much out about it right now, and I mean, it's actually trending as well. So, what's your gut feeling, Enz? What's your gut feeling on it?
It's unlike Liverpool, man. That we know when we go for players that we don't know about them until we sign them, or we hear a little inkling, but we never really know anything. At the moment, it's like people have already said we've signed that. Everyone knows too much, so I don't know if it's just Liverpool's leaking these news now, or I don't know, man. It's unlike us at the moment. So the Jude one, I think, is a more realistic one because I think we definitely are looking at that type of player. Enzo Fernandez, he is a type of player I'd love to have at the club, but I don't see how. What we're going to spend 100 million on Jude, then spend another 100 million on Enzo, plus whatever we buy Amrabat for in January, and then we need some attackers as well. So what is it, the long-term thing now? We're looking at like 500 million of signings now. I don't get it.
I'm with you on it. I gotta admit, I'm with you on that. I'm always a bit like the only time we had that massive transfer window is when we let Coutinho go, ain't it?
Yeah.
We had that massive summer, didn't we? And between January and summer, weren't it? So we got Van Dijk in the January, and then was it Alisson in the summer, Shaqiri, Fabinho, I think, and someone else I can't remember. But that was like our biggest between them times there. And I look at it now and think maybe it's just like, look, I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together. I might be getting 5, but the club, I think, always knew we need midfielders. Klopp was quite happy with what we had at the start of the season, right? He's made that perfectly clear in interviews, although people don't believe him, even though he actually says it with his own lips. People still, for some reason, say it's not him, he's protecting the board. He's like, he's a grown man. He doesn't need to protect anyone. He meant what he said, right? And they clashed on that. You got Michael Edwards left for, as Michael Edwards said, the job weren't the job it used to be. Julian Ward is now like, this ain't the job I thought it would be a few months ago. Things have changed in and around the transfer committee. Klopp knows he's wrong. He wanted midfielders now. We tried to get midfielders last season. Klopp wants Jude Bellingham. It's blankly clear. Borussia Dortmund said in the summer a certain English club kept pestering them and wouldn't leave them alone. I think that's us. He knows. I think Klopp wants to stay for a long time. I don't actually think Klopp wants to leave when his contract runs out either. I wouldn't be surprised if he extends it. He says he never wants to manage the German national team. So that's out the window. I don't think he'll ever manage Bayern Munich because the sort of bloke he is to Borussia Dortmund. I don't think he'll manage another club in England. So I'm actually looking where Klopp actually does, unless he just takes a sabbatical and then comes back to football eventually, or takes a really early retirement and he's happy with his career. I don't think Klopp thinks of his legacy, say, like Pep does. I don't think Klopp thinks like that. But I think Klopp's looking at the future and thinking, you know what? If we get these players in with new investment coming in for the years to come, why would I want to leave anywhere? So let's get these players in we need now. And I've been saying it, guys. We need 3 players. Klopp's 3 best midfielders, if he could play them all the time, is Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago, right? And I've been saying it for a while now. Klopp wants 3 younger versions of them 3. And now we're hearing rumours of Enzo, a bit like Thiago, yeah? Bellingham, a bit like Endo. And Amrabat. I know he's only 3 years younger than Fabinho, but yeah, Fabinho plays like
3 years. Yeah, it's 3 years.
He plays like an old man, and he's a younger version of Fabinho. Baz, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree. I think with the Enzo thing, I mean, it's still quite a lot of money for It's quite a lot of money, and I haven't really seen anything. I've heard it on mostly on YouTube more than when I'm trying to look. There is maybe 1 or 2 saying there is a agreement in principle. Now these words are very, very key in this thing. When we had put up the club for sale, it was very structured. It sounds like a Liverpool thing, like agreement in principle. I know we've been his name's been touched here and there. Is he the right guy for Liverpool? I don't know. I don't know too much about him. I know he's a CM. I know he can play as a DM, but he's more a CM. We need midfielders. Maybe, if it's going to be around the £100 million mark, I don't know what he's worth. That would make me think, well, 100 million, Is there an issue with maybe trying to get a Declan Rice or maybe getting a Jude Bellingham? I don't know. It's a lot of money to spend on someone that I don't know, that not many people in the Premier League watch day in, day out sort of thing. Whereas a Jude Bellingham or a Declan Rice, do you know what I mean? But that's my thing on this. So it'll be very interesting to see in the coming days. However, with what you said there regarding his Jurgen Klopp's lineup, yeah, that's what he would want. And he would want younger versions of these guys. And I think maybe these guys that he is trying to get in, for example, possibly a Bellingham, an Enzo, and a Acrobat, call him Acrobat, our potentials are basically the younger versions of this. And yeah, whether he stays or not, Klopp, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? He's someone that's very charismatic. It wouldn't surprise me if he says, right, I'm staying for a lot longer, or at the end of his contract, it will be, right, I'm going to take a break from it all. And like you said, he's very, very different to Pep. He's more of himself, and he's more of a watered down version of a Pep. I don't think he looks at his legacy in that way, because he could go to any club. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. John, your thoughts, my man?
There's two ways I look at this. If it happens, and I generally believe it is happening, we signed Jude Bellingham, Enzo Fernandez, and Amrabat. Then there's one or two ways this is going to happen. One, either FSG are trying to use this as a sweetener with the fans to get the fans back on side, or the other one, I think it's more likely that the club, the seal of the club, is a lot further down the line than what we're made to believe. And I think that the reason it's been quiet so far is everyone knows we like our business behind closed doors. We don't let our business out very often. And the kind of people who are looking to buy our club don't really like to let their business out either. It all happens very quietly and behind the scenes. And I think that's what's more likely going to happen. These owners, whoever they may be, could RI be possibly calling the shots behind the scenes.
I mean, look, there's so many possibilities here, guys. There really is. I mean, look, with Enzo, I don't know much about him. I'm going to be frank. I mean, I know a lot of people were talking about him before the World Cup and talking about him as a future star. If I look at him just through what he's done in the World Cup so far, I wouldn't be super excited. I mean, he scored a good goal, but the rest of his play, I wouldn't be like, wow, this is £100 million midfielder. Do you know what I mean? Same with Jude Bellingham, though. But if these are players Klopp wants, right? If these are players Klopp wants, and I've been hearing it from a lot of people, in live chats on Twitter and social media and stuff like that, saying like, just give the players Klopp wants, yeah. So if that's the case, and Klopp wants these players, and we're hearing now, when he signed his new contract, there was rumours that he has much more say now in transfers and the way transfers are done at the football club and things like that. And then since then, Michael Edwards has left and Julian. We've left two sporting directors. Have both left. Are leaving. One's left and one wants to leave the football club since Klopp signed that and got new transfer powers. So there must be something in that. There's no doubt. But if he wants to do it his way and he's looking at these players and it is Enzo Fernandez, Jude Bellingham, and Amrabat he wants, I'm all for it. As long if they're what Klopp wants at the end of the day, if Jurgen wants these players, I trust Jurgen. I mean, we've come this far, man. I would trust Jurgen more than I would a Julian Walden or Michael Edwards at times. So you got to trust the manager, yeah. If he wants these players, now the Enzo thing, what is also interesting. I mean, it's even in the Echo, for goodness sake. So they even got it up in the Echo. So what they're saying as well, it's the same sort of journalist that broke the Luis Diaz deal as well. So there was rumours about Luis Diaz going to Liverpool, and the reason Liverpool reacted quickly to Luis Diaz and got a deal quickly done in principle was because Barcelona and Tottenham were sniffing around him in January. Liverpool wanted Luis Diaz in the summer. Summer just gone. This summer just gone. That's when they would go buy Luis Diaz. So they went and got him in the January instead because Tottenham and Barcelona were sniffing around. Now, with this principal thing, they're saying they've gone early on him because Man United and Man City are sniffing around him. And I think yesterday when we were talking about it, I said Enzo Fernandez is a City transfer. I can see Enzo Fernandez at Man City. He looks like a Pep kind of player. And I think that's why that's why I'm a bit more confident, guys, that this Enzo thing might be true because there's a lot in it. Now, you can have everything principle. So basically a principle is like, right, they've rung him up, got on the phone to him, like, we want Enzo. We're willing to buy him, but we might not match your valuation on him, but we got first dibs. They come to an agreement on that. So it doesn't mean that it's a definite sign it ends, does it? So it's just
yeah, that's true. It's just they're just kind of, you're right. It could just be we get the first conversation.
Yeah,
that's all it could mean. And what we have to kind of do as a fan base as well is not get overexcited on a player that I know majority of fans haven't seen play. And we've only probably seen him play a handful of games in the World Cup. The ones that do know him will give you a bit more in-depth detail about the player and what he could bring to the squad. Yes, he is like a Thiago, but at the same time, what Baz is saying is, can we not look closer to home like a Declan Rice? I wasn't the biggest fan of Declan Rice, in terms of getting a player that can play centre mid and centre defensive mid. But he's doing well, man, and I think he's a player that could fit us properly, like, in terms of can play in multiple roles. He can play a centre back as well if you need a cover there. He knows the Premier League well, and he's a young player himself. So can we do that? Get him on a cheaper than what we would get Enzo for? Because I know it'd be definitely cheaper than what you would buy Enzo for. So why not go and get a Declan Rice? Boys, he got a year left on his deal come the summer. Easily 50 mil, 60 mil. We can get him off of West Ham for. He wants to leave. So why not go for a player like that?
But maybe that's a deal that we can't get done. Maybe that is the player we want, but we can't get it done. So we've moved on to Enzo Fernandez.
It could be, but they're two different players, though, John. I think. You know, one's more defense minded, and the other one's more of a proper CM. So it could be that.
It could be that as well. Like maybe Liverpool already know that Declan Rice is going Chelsea.
Yeah,
maybe things like that. And they move on. I big up the Savage. How you doing, my man?
Big up chat, man. Big up Jay. Big up everyone, man.
Thank you, man. So you heard all the news?
Yeah, nothing. It didn't seem nothing new to me, to be honest, bro.
What's your feelings on it? With the Enzo stuff, there's a lot coming out. As I said, I don't usually go straight away and do all these sort of shows as soon as a bit of news comes out. But considering it's so much from so many people today, I thought I'd go live. And I'm looking at everyone else's Liverpool channel; they're all doing the same. So,
if I'm honest, bro, the first time I heard of anything to do with Enzo Fernandez at Liverpool was before he went Benfica, when he said he wanted to play for Liverpool, and then we didn't go in for him and left him. And I think it would have been a cheap price at the time. And then I think on the weekend, might have been the same day as Argentina playing their game, to be honest, in the daytime, this principle thing came up. And then I went in the evening and John mentioned it. And then when I Googled it, it was already in the news reports and studies. I think it said like Real Madrid target signs deal in principle with Liverpool. So it's twofold really, because usually our players are just there, and like there's a little bit of talk about them, there's no talk about them, and then it's like Liverpool signing this player today. It's not normally our way for all of it to be out there in the open, but maybe it's out there in the open because it really is the truth, bro. And now they can, puff their chest out and say, listen, it doesn't really matter if we say anything now because he's definitely coming to us, and that could be the reason.
What about the last transfer we did? That was all over everywhere before we bought him, Darwin Núñez. We all said the same thing about Darwin, didn't we? We don't usually have all this news about Darwin, so it can't, so everyone was a bit iffy on it, weren't they? Because there was so much Darwin news breaking all over social media before we even bought him. Everyone was like, is that, that's not really how we do it. And then like a week later, we bought him.
Yes, that's very true, man. There was a lot of talk about him. I think
like,
Darwin,
it's like
speak about,
right now. It's like how this
true, because there was a lot of speak about Darwin and Manu first, I think I saw. And then there was all that talk around them, and then it was Liverpool, and then it was done. Yeah, it was like a week later, it seemed like it was just finished. It's a tricky one, man, because you never know what the direction the club's going in, but maybe it's just the thing is because of how like reactionary the fans are and stuff, and that sometimes we got the right to be when the results ain't going a certain way and things like that. It always seems like Liverpool's just reacted and gone and spent money on someone or done this, but a lot of the time it's a coincidence that it was already the plan, and it just so happens that the World Cup's around as well and all of this, because obviously he's been busy with the World Cup, hasn't he? So I doubt he's had time to think of anything to do with Liverpool. When the first news broke, he was on the pitch. Like when I first seen the news, he was on the pitch celebrating with Messi and that. So he ain't gonna, that's down to his agent, which means that they must have spoke before anything to do with the World Cup. And maybe when he said he wanted to play for Liverpool before, maybe I don't know what it was, because it's a weird thing to say he wants to play for Liverpool, they let him go somewhere else, and then 6 months later they buy him. So I don't know.
It's funny because he's only been at Benfica for 6 months, ain't he, guys?
Literally spoke about Liverpool, and then said. I think his agent said they've had no contact from Liverpool though. Then he went to Benfica, and because we brought Darwin, I was like, well, okay, we've took one of their superstars. They've gone and brought a new one. That's going to be their guy for a little bit. I always knew he wouldn't stay at Benfica forever, but it's very quick. But as you said when you just mentioned about the Diaz thing, maybe it was already lined up. They saw the World Cup. I know everyone started mentioning him, and they're like, "Nah, we can't let this go." And you know what I mean? If we've already got our eyes on Jude and the world's eyes are on him as well, and he's having a great World Cup, and if we've already got our eyes on Enzo and he's not had a great World Cup, he's been average, but he's still in the tournament and he can probably win the World Cup. And if he does, and no one buys him before or signs it up, the money is going to be ridiculous. So they might have pulled a blinder here. If he goes and wins the World Cup, it would have been an extra 50 million or something on top of whatever he's worth.
Yeah.
If you've already signed it up and come with something, then you're going to get a cheaper deal. So maybe that's what they've gone and done. But I don't know what the price tag is. I haven't even looked into any of it because I don't really care until it's signed. But if the price tag's massive,
there's some
there
news.
will be a few questions because
that not be the reason, but maybe we've let him go to Benfica.
Kev.
Kev, the link is in the WhatsApp group. Come and join.
We'll see how you get at Benfica. We've seen him play at Benfica, and we're realised, shit, we've made a mistake here. And
nah, they're not that stupid, John, man.
Nah,
they can't be that stupid.
We hear. Plus, who's the guy? Who's the guy who's actually broke this news? That's what's making me.
The Nunes
it's out in Argentina, ain't it?
Yeah,
the same dude who broke the Nunes news.
Yeah, it's the same geezer who broke the Nunes news as well.
Yes,
and it's leaked exactly the same way. There's some more news coming out as well. So some other people are claiming that it's even gone as far as that Fernandez has already been offered a contract as well. I mean,
I don't know. You lot have looked into it more. I'm guessing. When I haven't looked into it at all. I haven't. I googled the name to see if anything Liverpool connections. Saw loads of newspapers and put it away. What's the money?
It's, you know what? I mean, I was just looking at it as well. I was looking at a few bits and pieces. I didn't see a lot, and then it's just suddenly started to break up as the day's gone by. The day has gone by. He's got a release clause of about 100 million.
See, that's where it's not my money. But
this is where I'm a little bit skeptical.
Yeah, if it's based on FSG's history and it's not my money, I know it's not my. I'm not one of them Liverpool fans who give a shit. To be honest, I don't care.
See what I mean?
Exactly.
If that's his release clause, I'd buy someone else. If that's the money we got to spend on him, I'd buy someone else straight away.
Why should we care?
Yeah, but no. That's why I said based on FSG's how they've treated in the past. If this is something new, what FSG are doing, and they're saying, listen, spend this money, whatever, safe. If it's the old FSG where it's like spend this but don't expect anything else for 5 seasons, then that's not the player I want.
This is the thing. This is what I'm seeing. I mean, the team at the moment. Yeah. There's no doubt, right? We may potentially lose 5 players, in the summer through, maybe 1 or 2 of them will probably get an extension. And then what you've got, in how Fabinho's been playing recently, and obviously Henderson's getting to that twilight, this might be a potential serious investment where whether it's a new owners, whether it's actually FSG, they might be like, okay, listen, we'll spend big this summer, but this is your lot for the next 2-3 years. That is the problem. And what you just said there, Savage, I'm kind of like on that, because £100 million on someone like that, I'm not sure. I'd rather just go out and, and just get someone proven, I don't know.
I'd say that. So it's a question the panel then, because obviously we had the transfer window in the summer, and over that time, people were reeling off names that they wanted at Liverpool, what all of us would have wanted at Liverpool. Enzo's a newer name. No one seemed to care before. No one seems that excited now. So if it really is 100 million, bruv, there's probably 3 players that were on your list before you could get for that money, or 2 bad boys, bro. You know what I'm saying? And before I heard Chiesa, Nunes, Barella, Zaha lately, which wouldn't cost that much money. I'm saying surely if we already see that the Bellingham target thing's there because they've made it clear. And then there's this new Amrabat stuff. I don't know if it's true. If it is, then you got him as well. There's another 100 million, and we're going to spend it just on Enzo instead of knowing what our track record is for injuries as well. I'm one done. He could come and be the best player ever, and I'm not questioning it like that. They know better than me, but he's kind of just look at his trajectory in football so far and where he's played. He ain't done anything yet. He ain't I don't know. It's 6 months at Benfica, and that's his highest level. That's all I'm saying. People were saying that people said that Nunes was too much money, and he had longer than 6 months with Champions League experience, and everyone's fine with this money, and this man's had only 6 months at Benfica, and that's kind of it. Anything before that, Sunday League. So
sorry, Savage. Sorry, John. Just very quickly, yeah. You know the guy that went to Wolves, the other Nunes, the Brazilian.
Yeah, that's the one I was on about.
Matthias,
Matthias.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, when I look at it and I'm thinking he went for, quite cheap when you deep it, yeah.
So did Paqueta to West Ham.
Yeah, and Paqueta to West Ham. Liverpool should have been interested or been, linked with these guys. And, Liverpool, I don't think they just say, all right, World Cups come, we need these players. They don't panic by it constantly.
Yeah.
So, what I mean? It's like, I don't know about this, there's a lot of like things that don't quite sit right with me with all of this. It could just be pure speculation because of what, he's not in the World Cup no more. World Cup's nearly finished. Now, the gossip rumors are starting to come in. I don't know. It's kind of like.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Klopp didn't want Nunes. I think this is what I'm saying. Like, I think Klopp wants his players that he wants now. If Klopp likes Enzo Fernandez and Klopp wants Enzo Fernandez, back your manager and just go and get him. If Klopp wants Jude Bellingham, back your manager, go and get him. If Klopp wants Amrabat, back your manager and go and get him. Maybe we've been going because look, Michael Edwards left. Julian Ward wants to leave. Yeah. Jurgen Klopp got more power on the transfer committee after he signed his transfer deal, and we lost our two sporting directors. Julian Ward then come out and said things are not quite the same before he got the job, and it's all changed now. So I think we can look at it and say, look, Klopp's the Don now. Klopp's the man. He's the boss. Yeah, he runs Liverpool Football Club, right? Yeah. And if he wants Enzo, and he's telling FSG, right, I want Enzo, just go and get me Enzo Fernandez. He's 21. It's going to be the future. He could be here for 10 years. Go and get me Amrabat. He's perfect for us. The energy he's got is perfect for us in that role. Help out Fabinho. I've been saying it for months now. Klopp wants the younger versions of the three stars that he loves: Hendo, Fabinho, and Thiago. He wants them three staying at the football club. He wants Harvey Elliott staying at the football club. And then he wants three brand new midfielders go alongside him. And then you've got 6 midfielders and 1 youngster in Harvey Elliott.
Yeah.
And you've got 7 midfielders, and that is your team. Then you haven't got to rely so much on Thiago playing every week, Fabinho playing every week, Hendo playing every week. They're more like your special occasion players. You know what I mean? They're your Hulk Hogan's and Brock Lesnar's you bring out for special occasions.
Maybe just seems weird to us because of the track record and it. But to be fair, there's nothing wrong with changing the way you are, and we're a different football club to where we were when Klopp came in. So maybe all them gems that he had to polish up in the beginning was because he had to, because he couldn't justify spending money when we weren't in the Champions League or was slotting between Europa League and stuff and 4th place instead of actually challenging. So I guess it makes sense. Listen, all them players I'd be happy with, innit? All of them. They're all decent players. I think Jude's my guy, and I think he's amazing. So
the Jude one though, right? What we've got to remember with the Jude one's not a buyout clause, right?
No, it's not a buyout clause.
Liverpool, what do Liverpool do really good when they buy? They're very good at doing deals to buy players.
Yeah, that'll be paid over 4 seasons or something.
Don't forget Darwin Núñez.
Klarna.
If we're really successful under Darwin Núñez, his fee is 100 million euros.
Yeah.
Let's not forget this. It's 100 million euros in total if we are successful. So that's a big transfer. So I think the Jude Bellingham, everyone worried about it's either one or the other. With Jude Bellingham not having a release clause, it's easier to do. Plus, everyone's got to remember, Ox is leaving, Milner's leaving, Naby's leaving. That is a lot of money coming off the team, off the wages, right? The reason we managed to give Salah the money he wanted because Mane left and players like that, we put all them wages together and put it onto Salah's contract and helped it and topped it up on that. Now, when you're releasing all them deals, Ox is on 150 grand a week. Milner, I think, is on 160, and Naby's on like 140. That's a lot of money for players that ain't playing.
Yeah.
It's a money being wasted by the football club. So you release them, that's coming back into the club. You can get Enzo at 21. He's not going to be on monster wages. I think people will be shocked the amount the wages he'll probably be on. Look at Luis Diaz on 98 grand a week. You know, Jota's on I think 88 grand a week. People are like, you know, why are we so tight? Why are we so tight? I hate that. Why should we give youngsters monster wages straight away?
They have to earn it.
Look at Jadon Sancho on 300 grand a week at Man United.
That's a
Trust me,
joke.
Sancho's hunger's gone real quick.
Yeah,
bro.
why would you be
Yeah.
hungry? Look at Conor McGregor, yeah? Look at Conor McGregor in UFC, right? Like, before he became a billionaire, right? The man was fighting. You know, he had pride, blood, everything on the line. He left it all in the ring, no matter what. As soon as he's made his money, he hasn't got the hunger to be the man he was anymore. Simple
Yeah,
as that.
facts, man. Went from punching up Aldo to old man, quick
Yeah,
time. Bro.
exactly. So he's got, you know, money is, you know. So when you give youngsters too much money straight away, and they're like, oh, you're not performing the way you should be, or you're left out of the team, I don't give a shit. You go back to their 7-bed house in Cheshire. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? He's only on around 50,000 a week at Benfica.
Yeah, slap him up to 90 and tell him to relax.
Exactly. So even if you double it, it's only 100 grand. And I say only 100 grand in this day and age. That's
No, I agree. You know, because if you think about it logically, I think everyone gets a bit excited when people are from outside of England and Brexit tax and that. But why? Like honestly, why should he get paid more than Ramsey and all them man already? He ain't done anything yet. If he does come to Liverpool, like he ain't done anything yet. I know that there's a price tag coming in and stuff like that, but it is what it is, man. It's his incentive to play for Liverpool because he already knows the wage is going to go up in some way. Should be to come and play football and prove himself and get into the first team and all that business. So, yeah, man, I'm here for it.
So, guys, shouldn't we worry about the injuries that we got piling up on in our attacking line?
I'm gonna get to that.
I was happy to think that.
Someone has to say it.
Big up, G, bro.
No, I mean, look, this is a true thing. We can't concentrate too much on a certain position. Look, in the summer, all the concentration, I never heard a single person mention anything about goalkeeper, defensive area, or forward line in the summer, right? It's all about midfield, right? As the season's been going on, it's still on about midfield. Now we've got a couple of injuries in the forward line. It's now we need 3 forwards. Do you know what I mean? No one's ever happy. Now, I've already said it in January. If you want, go and get Zaha from Crystal Palace for 10 million. Because
Zaha's a no-brainer, man.
I think it's a good deal. He's Premier League proven. He's a very good, decent footballer. He also now plays a bit through the middle at times for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, he does.
Well.
He did play a lot there.
He plays off the left, can play through the middle. He's very good on the counter attack. You know, he likes going at players like Luis Diaz does. You know, he likes going at players. He likes having a go at players. He scores goals. You know, I'm not saying he's perfect in any means, but if you're looking at someone you want to get in, because Kloppy's not going to look at wanting to get someone in to, you know, because Diaz and Jota are going to be back, you know, and when they're back, they're going to play. So I don't think Klopp's looking at it thinking, I need to spend 50 million in that area because when them two are back, they're going to be fine. And if you're looking at it, a loan deal, Klopp don't really like loan deals. But say you were going to do a loan deal, yeah, fees on loan deals. It could be like 5, 7, 10 million fee for a loan deal. But then you got Zaha at Palace, who's probably going to be around the 10 million mark because he's out of contract.
And he's at the stage where like he wants a trophy now, bro. Surely, like he went for a stage where people were turning down players. Remember, at one point there was Arsenal tried to get him for 70 million, and that man said no, and he was pissed.
I keep saying
I
keep saying Lewis.
Yeah, and now it's changed completely. And you get me. He's still in England.
Yeah.
No one else bigger than Liverpool's going to come in for him at any point in his career now. That's done. So, you know what I mean? He's already played for Man U. So it's all done for him, man. So him coming through or something like that, bro. One, he's not like a dead replacement. If he has to play in ahead of someone, he's not a dead replacement, bro. He could cause teams problems. And we need one of them kind of players, bro.
And look, and if the Zaha thing don't work out, 10 million's nothing, is it? You know what I mean?
So do you, Jamie and Savage, you guys don't think that every season we get these kind of injuries, though, Klopp kind of waits till the next season, and then that's what it's always like we push ourselves backward another year before we actually challenge again. Like
Yeah.
we can clearly see
Yeah,
that the left side we've lost
There you
two
go.
main players on that left hand side and a forward as well in Jota, yeah, because he plays left or center.
Yeah.
Why are we gonna wait? Because these guys are gonna be injured for a while and they're not coming back till March, and then we have to get them fit. And then by the time they're fit, the season is done. So why not go and get someone now? And I know you're saying, Jamie, don't go and spend 50 million, but bro, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to like realize that Nunez's injury is a big one, you know, same as Jota's one. These guys could come back and have a problem going forward in the future as well.
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
Wait. No. You said something that I didn't. Did you say Nunez's injury?
Oh no. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I thought, bro.
Sorry.
Careful,
I thought
mate.
there's something that I didn't find out about.
No,
bro.
sorry.
You are.
Oh my god, bro!
You are
I'm about to
right.
laugh off the whole laptop, you know, bro.
I think you are right there. But when you look at it now, the Mane thing being sold, I'm not. That's not a bother to me because Mane wanted to leave the football club. It weren't anything about. I keep telling people it's not about money because he's not on much more at Bayern Munich. He just wanted to leave the football club. He'd been wanting to leave the football club for 2 years, but he left. Liverpool let him go. I think it's letting go of the Origis and Minaminos that's hurting us at the moment.
Facts.
That's what's hurting us at the moment. And like someone said it here, can Zaha be like another Origi, you know, in the team? Is that sort of
No disrespect, because I love Origi, but he'll do more than Origi.
Yeah,
Big
exactly.
game player Origi. That's completely different. They're like clutch moments, but I'm talking about, bro. When did Klopp take him off the bench to do anything for us, bro? Like, forget the big moments because it feels like there's a lot of big moments. There's about 5 or 6 in it.
Is it like 5? Let's be fair.
Yeah.
They're just massive moments, don't they? That's
exactly.
That's
and obviously, the worst thing for him is some of them didn't amount to anything. It's not his fault, but you know, a couple of them big goals came in the season when we finished 1 point behind City. Zaha coming off the bench is completely different to Minamino and Origi coming off the bench. The other team still fears him. We don't have any. We don't have that. Whereas, like, if we played against Man City, and they're like, our Foden's got to come off, and then Mahrez comes on, bro. It's problems still.
Long day.
It's still problems for us, bro. Whereas they can take off one of their wingers and bring on Alvarez, and you know what I mean. It's kind of like we don't have that. So once everyone says it about us, rival fans, pundits, Liverpool's first team when they're all fit, amazing. But once there's an injury and you need to rotate someone or take someone off, it's kind of like, meh. You know what I mean? And we do need to go over that, and I'll just take him, bro. And what Enzo was saying is true. If you need to go spend that money, just spend it now. What I meant is I'll take him on top of that. If he's only going to be cheap, I'll take him on top of that, bro.
Yeah,
let's start to fill up the team with quality now. We've obviously I know that we've all like relaxed on how we feel about buying bigger players and stuff like that, just because they've made it seem like we can never get big players, or we can only get one every couple of seasons. So we don't start throwing out bigger names than that. But there are hidden gems that can still do massive jobs. And
I think we're too worried about. I think we're too worried about the starting 11, like thinking, because if we have Diaz sitting on the bench, we're worried about that. No, that's a good thing.
Makes it better.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. We can't be sitting there and just having a main winger and then someone else that's lesser than him. So when he comes on, what are we expecting him to do? He's not going to come and help us win the league. We need to have top quality players,
I
two
agree
in
with
each.
You, man. Especially with pace,
position.
man, on them wings. Yeah, man, I'm ready for somebody to take. I know that because the people laughed at me last season, and I know most people don't agree with me, but that's when last season, when Traore came back from Barcelona, I was like, just take him, bro. He ain't going to cost anything, bro.
No, you and me were both talking about that, weren't they?
Yeah, me and James were saying, like, take him, and then
20 minutes off the bench every game. With his
bring him and his baby oil, bro. We'll pay a lifetime supply of baby oil, bro. That won't cost too much, bro.
It's just
you bring him off the bench, bro. Okay, just imagine it. Left side, right side. Zaha and Traore coming off the bench, 20 minutes to go, and we got this low block thing, and we can't score a goal, bro. The team who we're playing against is shook, bro. It's problems.
Just give the ball to them and let them run.
Just let them run. Just let them run.
Did you mention Sarr in this, Savage?
I didn't.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at one of the chats.
Oh, no. Baller, though. He's a good player, man.
Why has no one ever moved for him, though?
I'll tell you why. I think Aston Villa were trying to get him, weren't they? Steven Gerrard was trying to get him something, but there was some kind of problem with his attitude and stuff like that, and then they just pulled it out. Said no.
They tried to convince us to get him as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't mind him, though.
we were linked for him for ages because
Yeah, we were.
the reason we were linked for him is he's like Mane's little brother, ain't he? So
I think the fans linked him. I don't even know the club did. I think the
I
fans
think
just
that was
linked him.
all it was. Because him and Mane got that excellent relationship with each
Yeah,
other,
yeah.
ain't they? And he looks up to Mane, and Mane's a Liverpool player, and it all sort of just everyone putting two and two together, weren't they? I don't think if Liverpool were interested in someone like Sarr at Watford, it'd be done by now because that deal ain't hard to do.
Do you know? I think
Yeah.
it was a price at the time, you know, Jamie. Because I
Yeah, I
remember
mean-
there was like an inkling in it, and then it was just like, nah,
Yeah,
these men wanted some crazy amount. It was
Was it
like, you ain't
ridiculous?
done nothing yet. Yeah, you ain't done nothing yet. What kind of price you trying to give us?
So it's the thing I
Yeah.
find with Liverpool at times, yeah, right? So Liverpool always told they're tight, right? We're tight. We're always tight, yeah. But we spent, as everyone tells me, far too much money on Darwin Núñez, right? For a tight club, we apparently spent far too much money on Darwin Núñez. And remember, if he's successful and we're successful, it's a €100 million transfer.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I know everyone's saying like we won't get Jude and Enzo both, but looking at it, I think we could. You know, it's the Jude deal can be done over years. The Jude deal can literally be planted over years. I don't think the Jude deal is that actually difficult to do because the way you can structure it, and the Enzo deal. Look, we got a good relationship with Benfica. And we got Julian Ward. I'm reading now. I was reading while you guys were talking. I was just reading other things and that. Apparently, a lot of people were saying if this deal does happen, it's all down to Julian Ward because of his relationship with the Portuguese teams, with Benfica, and he's got a massive. You know, we all talk about Marco Edwards' work here, but Marco Edwards ain't got the pull like Julian Ward has with agents. Julian Ward's got massive because he worked for. Is it Jorge Mendes? Because he worked for him, he's got a big pull with agents. Agents trust him. You know, so when agents trust somebody, they're going to be like, well, we'll give you a bit of a, we'll go to you guys first and let you speak and all that. So, yeah, Julian Ward's getting a lot of love from certain people in the media about if this deal actually happens. So, you know, and we've got a good relationship with Benfica. So, and there's another thing because his release clause is he's only been at the club 6 months. We might not have to pay the full release clause.
But that would be good. It's great that Julian Ward's doing something in it, but I ain't sucking this man off, bro. Like it's his job, bro.
Yeah.
I'm always man. I'm fed up with these. Like, why is all these dons who we never used to hear about getting airtime all the time? I don't care, bro. Do your job properly, bro. It's about time, man. Do something.
As far as I'm concerned, if anyone wants to come to the club, yeah, you know, those guys don't need to work hard anyway. It's like what you're saying, Savage. You know what I mean? It is their job. But if you've got someone that wants to play for Liverpool, it's not going to be that hard to get them. Do you know what I mean?
You notice that every time somebody comes to our club after these Edwards and Julian Ward do something and have an interview and then they speak to the club and they're like, "Nah, I've always wanted to play for Liverpool." Like, bro, so man, so you didn't have to do much. You took him for a meal and he told you his dreams of playing for Liverpool. And he was like, "You never guess what? I work for Liverpool." All right, say no more, bro. Let's speak to your agent and sort it out, bro. And then they come back to up and it's like, "Yeah, we had to do a lot of graft and that. You know, we speak Portuguese." All right, do your job, bro. I'm done with all this done. I'm done with all of them. Klopp, FSG, all of them, bro. I'm not praising anyone for getting these players. Just get them, bro. Just get the players.
What about if we go and get
Hey,
Frankie De Jong, bro, instead of Enzo?
I'm here for it all day.
I would prefer Frankie De Jong, but I think with wages and stuff like that, I know we were talking about, well, we're going to get players off, but I don't think they're just because they're going to get players off the wages by they're going in that they're going to be players on more higher wage. I don't know if it's going to
All right, let me put it to you this way: do you think Enzo can come in and help us win the Premier League next season?
Yeah,
possibly.
I think if we had a midfield next season of Enzo Fernandez.
No, I'm just talking about Enzo and if we got Enzo, do you think he could come in and help us win the Premier League?
I don't know too much about
him.
him.
No,
not just him on his own, but if
not based on the squad we've already got. No,
but I think the way we're looking at it is that it's going to be. I don't think any midfielder we get in is just on their own is going to help us win the Premier League. To be fair, you know, I don't think there's a midfielder out there just buying him on his own. Even if you just bought Jude on his own, it's not enough. Even if you went on Barella, it's not enough. So. We do need reinforcements there, but I think the club know they do now. I think the ownership know they do. I think Julian Ward always knows we did. I think Klopp was a bit resistant to it, but knows he does now. And
Yeah.
I think now they're all working together. And look, as I said, everyone's saying about Declan Rice, he'll probably be cheaper. We know Declan Rice because we watch him every week. He's a very good footballer. But it might be a thing that Liverpool are looking at him thinking they've got more chance of getting Enzo Fernandez, although it's going to cost a bit more money. Then
he's only 21.
Declan Rice might have his heart on Chelsea.
Yeah,
I think Declan Rice has his heart on Chelsea.
Frankie de Jong, what is he, like 25?
Yeah.
Well, we can get him for around.
Man.
We can get him for around 60 million euros. Why not go for him?
Maybe Klopp
He's a better player. He's in that bracket.
What happened to Salcedo? You know what I mean?
Liverpool fans gave up on him
There are players out there. That's my point.
That's Salcedo. Brighton wants 70 mil for him now, don't they?
No, we ain't gonna. They're going to
cool.
want too much money for him. But if we take Frankie de
I'd
Jong,
rather get McAllister. I'd rather get McAllister from Brighton if I was going to get anyone.
It's the same thing
he's
you were
gonna
saying,
have the same
Savage.
Enzo problem. He's gonna have that World Cup tax soon, bro.
Yeah, Savage. You know what you're saying about the mid-range players. That's Frankie de Jong is a mid-range one. That's the kind of players we need with the balance between
He is
young
perfect age.
and
We know
experience.
he's a baller as well. We know he's a baller.
He's
He's one of them players that come to Liverpool and after like a week we can just drop him in the squad and it's good to go, bro. He's so good, man.
Yeah, the thing is, it's just if the boss don't want him,
Yeah, that's,
you know, I mean, if Klopp don't
That's the
fancy De Jong and he doesn't think he works in the way he wants to play,
That's what he needs.
then. But I've been saying this for a while, and everyone can remember. Like, I've always said this with Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp. I don't think we need them superstar players to win things.
No, we clearly don't because we won the league without.
Proven before we don't need them.
No, but we need them to be
think
consistent.
you need the right players. I think if you get the right players to fit a manager's system, you win things. Look at Arsenal, yeah. Arteta is now getting the players he wants to play his system, and that's why they're top of the league at the moment, yeah. Pep Guardiola has to buy very extremely good players to play his system. Pep's system is probably the hardest in football, yeah. And you've got to be an extremely talented footballer to play in that system. That's why Jack Grealish is struggling. What do you want?
Yeah, no, I hear it, man. But at the same time, though, what we're gonna, I don't like that we're becoming a club that we don't want to be consistent when we win the league, man.
Yeah.
Arsenal are going to be consistent because Newcastle are going to buy their way to a league as well. So with Man City, so with Man City consistently as well. So what are we going to do then? Bro. Just buy these guys and then train them up for 2 years, win one league, and then
I'll tell you what, a midfield. I'll tell you what, a midfield of Enzo Fernandez, Jude Bellingham, Amrabat, Henderson, Thiago, and Fabinho, with the youngsters like Carvalho and Harvey Elliott around them. That could be the best midfield in the league.
Yeah,
we lost one game last season or the season before? We lost one game and didn't win the league. Sometimes it takes more than just. Sometimes it takes more than just the right midfielders. Sometimes we're gonna have to buy quality to help us win certain games. The specialist in certain games that's gonna win us a football game. Then we keep buying these engine man that's not creating chances and just they're in the team because they can run. Like, nah, man, we need players that's gonna create and score goals.
This is an example, Enz, man. Look, I mean, big up Atch, yeah, but
Cheers.
Matters. I don't know what's going on there. Why?
I'll tell you Madison and Barnes, bro. I'm not even joking.
We do need to fill the quota up as well. This is very true. So if you're letting Ox go, homegrown,
it's only Ox and Milner, isn't it?
You're letting Milner grown, homegrown. You're probably gonna let Nat Phillips. So that is why. Do you know the reason we kept Reece Williams is because of the homegrown thing. That's why he's only on loan. And Nat Phillips because we had to keep the. That's why a lot of teams. That's why Man City have got thing is their third goalkeeper, Scott Carson. He's at Man City because he films a homegrown quarter. They got him as third goalkeeper so they can go and get some superstar in midfield. So they use that. So that's what we did, and then Liverpool did it with Nat Phillips and Reece Williams. So you have to fill that out, but
Madders will cost quite a bit of money because Leicester's in the mud. They ain't gonna sell him. But
the only problem with Maddison at
Harvey Barnes, I'm here for it, bro.
Harvey Barnes suits our system far more than Maddison does.
Yeah, because there's no number 10s really anymore.
Yeah, Klopp don't really play that way, and unless Klopp's willing to completely change the way he plays and his tactics and change formation, we've seen it a little bit this season. But for me, he only did that because of personnel. And as soon as the personnel's back, you've seen he's gone straight back to 4-3-3. So I just don't think. I think Klopp is settled on the system he's got, and I think Klopp thinks if I get the right players in again, the system works and we'll be successful again. And
I wouldn't question. I don't even question him on that. To be fair, if all the right players are in the spot, because a lot of teams haven't changed their formation or anything like that, and they're still successful. But it's just getting the players in, isn't it? Because I don't always think. Obviously, we only have to go off what we think because we don't know the details of how Klopp is and that. And sometimes it looks like he doesn't want to buy from people. The way people say stuff, it looks like he doesn't want to buy this kind of player or that kind of. And then I just don't know if it's just a mix of both things, where there's a budget of how much his lads spend over a certain amount of time or whatever, and then within that budget, you have a look and you go, I'm ready to just buy this player now. I know if it's fits our squad, is expensive, but blah blah blah. And then it's the thing of, do I buy 2 decent players for this price, or do I buy one? But that one, I personally believe, is going to be great for the future of the club and right now and longevity as well.
got some breaking news.
I think that's why the Schumann and the Bellingham things happen, because he's like, yeah, we could buy two for that price and then never get Bellingham or Schumann after. Then it's back to what Ensman said. What happens after that? Those season we win something, then we get recycled, and he doesn't get to spend any more money. Or does he get Schumann and Thingy or Bellingham, and then he gets to carry on growing the squad? Who knows, bro? Because I don't think he's going to sign another contract once this one's over, bro. Over to Pep Linders, bro.
Do you reckon? I think Klopp's staying for a long time. I just have this feeling.
I don't even think he wants to. He looks like the kind of guy that when he's done, bro. I don't even think he'll even be a manager for a bit. He'll go and take trips around Hollywood and that incognito thing.
So I've got some breaking news. So apparently, Steven Gerrard is favourite to become the next England manager.
Good.
Oh, Trent is definitely playing then.
Good. Don't let that. Yeah, man. People don't let the Aston Villa shit fool you, bro. With top players and that. Good.
Yeah,
so
Gerrard's favourite would be the next.
It was Mings, you know. It was Tyrone Mings that wanted him out, bro. You see them performances.
Mings is a pussy. Don't start me off, bro. This kid's a pussy, old bro. He set him up, man. I knew it, bro. Just watch that last game. The last game Gerrard got sat for. Man scored an own goal. Then there was a deflected goal from Mings as well. Then he passed it back. This pussy. If I find him on the listen, I hate Mings, bro. This kid's a waste, man, bro. Shit footballer, bro.
He is awful. So everyone's saying, I'm just looking at more stuff about Enzo. Agreed between clubs. He'll become a Liverpool player. It's the same people that broke the Darwin stuff and the Luis Diaz stuff. So
have Liverpool shut anything down? That's the question.
Nothing's been shut down yet. There's not even, and this has been going on for a while now. Nothing's come out. No one's shutting anything down.
They didn't ask him in the press conference for the Arsenal game, and I think was there a kind of conference, or did I just see the thumbnail of it on YouTube?
Yeah, I think
he was speaking about.
I think he's speaking about Harvey Elliott and Luis Diaz more than anything. I think.
Oh, okay. That'll be interesting to see. Whenever he gets his next press conference, that'll be the time to tell. Someone will ask him.
Yeah, so, I mean, what's the manager gotta say? He's just gotta say he's like, yeah, we're looking at players. You know, look, I think Liverpool got more money than they let on. I think we all know that. I think we got far more money than everyone lets on. But Klopp's always been on about buying the right players. He said there's money there to be spent, but it has to be the right players. Now, obviously, as fans, we can do this because we're fans. We can talk about all these players like we spoke about today and all that. You know, Barella's, your Declan Rice's, all these sort of players. But at the end of the day, if the manager don't like them, that's why he always says the right player. If Enzo Fernandez is the right player for Jurgen Klopp, then just go and buy him the player. Because at the end of the day, the owners can go, well, it's down to you, Jurgen, because you wanted him. Do you know what I mean? It's out of their hands straight away. It's out of their hands straight away because they're going to get him. And everyone wondering where FSG are going to get the money from. Remember, guys, FSG can buy these players. They're selling the football club for £3.5 billion. They're not losing any money. It's like me if I want to do my house up, but I want to sell it for an extra 30 grand and go do a little extension. You know what I mean? It's what you do your house. You don't sell your house.
To be fair, the money that the club will be sold for wouldn't even have anything to do with these transfers because they've already got enough.
Yeah,
they've
exactly.
got enough to buy these players already, bro.
Money's got to be there to be spent, and I think it's got to be on the right players. And if it's Enzo and Jude, it's Enzo and Jude. Obviously, the thing we have to talk about is January. So an Enzo deal, guys, won't happen till obviously the summer. The Jude deal probably won't be till the summer. So we need players in January. Ends, who do you reckon? Do you reckon it's Gabby Amrabat? It's gone a bit quiet on that at the moment.
I would love him to come in, man. The reason why I like the player, man, I just think he bullies everyone in midfield, man. He's just on like he wants to fight everyone.
Yeah.
And we've missed that, man, where people just look around and go, "Do you know, I'm not even going to try and run past this guy."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're like, "Oh, he's going to kick me, or he's going to do something to me, or I'm not going to be able to get past him." He's a bully. But I'm also worried about our left side because we as we was talking before, we rely a lot on pace. People saying the club system relies a lot on pace. So what we're going to do? Just keep playing Darwin Núñez out on the left wing then?
Yeah, exactly.
So we sign him as a striker, and then all of a sudden this guy's going to play left wing. So when it does come for him to go back in the midfield, he'll probably forget how to play as a striker.
And you say you're worried about the left side. I'm more worried about our right side.
Yeah, Mo don't get injured, man. We're all right, man.
We've all seen Mo isn't the player that this season that Mo should be. I'm starting to worry. Is Mo on the decline?
No, it's the team, bro. The overall team.
He's still actually done all right this season.
No, he's still done all right, but we can all see that he's not the Mo Salah that what we know Mo Salah can be.
It's hard. It's kind of hard, man, because I don't even.
More of a confidence thing.
I was about to say that.
Than it is. He hasn't lost a yard of pace. He hasn't forgot how to shoot. It's just his confidence isn't there. You can see it because I think he's now realizing when we lost Mane took a lot of the pressure off of him. He could go and do what he needed to do. Now he hasn't got Mane there to kind of supplement some of the kind of pressure. He's worried about it.
Salah's got 14 goals in 21 games this season.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, this kid's no decline, bro.
Yeah, no, he's just a confidence, man.
I was just looking at his stats. And he's got 5 assists as well. Look, with Mo, it's just that with Mo, I think the club made a little mistake trying to work out how to get Darwin the best for him and playing Mo out too wide and things like that. As we saw, as soon as Darwin, I've been saying this for a while now. People might hate this. Everyone in live chat might hate this. People on the panel might hate this. But a fact, and you're about to hear it. Bobby Firmino is still the key to Liverpool. As soon as he became the number 9 again, Darwin Núñez went out on the left-hand side. Mo was on the right-hand side. Guess what happened? Goals started flowing. Darwin was getting goals. Mo started getting goals again. And guess who else is getting goals and assisting everything? Bobby Firmino. So people might hate it. People might hate on Bobby, but he's still the key to Liverpool's system in the front.
I don't hate on him, Jamie.
I don't get the hate that Bobby gets.
I don't hate on him. It's just the fact that we signed a striker and we're playing him left wing.
I don't think he's a striker. I think it was.
I'm not into that left wing business, man.
Nah, because
I think it was a myth that he's a striker. He
is a striker though.
He's not an out-and-out striker, right? And the reason I'm saying he's not an out-and-out striker, out-and-out strikers are proper number 9s, like an Ivan Toney or a Haaland. Yeah, they could never play left wing, right? It just won't work, right? Darwin Núñez actually looks comfortable at left wing. He doesn't look awkward there. He looks comfortable there. So, and he can play the number 9 as well. Jota can play the number 9 and play left wing and look comfortable there. They're fluid forwards. You know what I mean? They're like fluid forwards. They can play in 2 areas. They're not the master of each. You know, they're very good at both. You know what I mean? Thierry Henry wasn't an out-and-out striker because he could play left-hand side and number 9, right? So he's more of a fluid forward.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one, man. He's definitely number 9.
His best performance all coming left wing.
No. There's a difference between coming from a left wing. I think it's more because he occupies that space. He looks more comfortable because he occupies that space just in the inside of the right back and the inside of the right centre back. So he looks like he's coming off the left, and that's why he looks more comfortable. But he's an out-and-out number 9. His movement shows you enough. His movement is enough to tell you he's an out-and-out number 9.
But Mo Salah's movement,
his movement is excellent. Now Mo Salah's movement is good off the ball, good as well. Like when he decides to play a 1-2.
Yeah, Mane's movement was very good as well. Jota's movement's very good as well. But I wouldn't class them all as number 9s. You know what I mean?
But Darwin's movement is different to them, though. His movement is when he makes his movement, he creates space in the team. The rest of these guys never did that. They just made good runs.
I mean, all his best performances at Liverpool so far have come with Bobby at the 9, Darwin at the left, Darwin on the left, and Mo on the right. I don't think anyone can argue with that.
Should we go and buy a striker then?
Liverpool don't need a striker. That's the thing.
Look at Bobby.
I've always had this thing about everyone keeps telling me Liverpool need to buy a striker. Yeah, I've been saying this for years now. Even when Liverpool had Bobby as the number 9, everyone said Liverpool need a striker badly, and we're scoring 100+ goals every season. Yeah, 100+ goals every season, and everyone's saying we need a striker. I find it mad when look Salah and Darwin could end up with 20 goals yet this season. Yeah, and he's playing left and middle. Jota last season got 20 goals playing left and middle. Mo got 20 goals. Mane almost got that. You know, I don't think we need a striker. And if you look at strikers around the world now, how many good ones is there about? That's the thing as well. It's a dying art. The best one's at Man City.
Do you know the problem with that though, Jamie? Because it will come and bite us. It will come and bite us in the end because we're so reliant on Bobby to play. As soon as he doesn't play, no one in the team can score a goal. So what's the point of doing that? That clearly shows that we're not going to be consistent and win a lot of trophies. Because if Bobby gets injured, what we're saying then we're just messed up after that. No one else can't score a goal.
Jota does that role as well.
Yeah. If we don't buy a player that can do that job, then the rest, no one else can score a goal because we don't get none from midfield. We don't get no assists from midfield.
How many goals did we score last season?
I think the problem with Nunes, all right, he's good where he plays. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he's playing on the left at the moment, and that's what worries me because he is a striker. He's a number 9. However, he's playing so well on the left, and you know he's going to be that fluid player. But he does offer something different. You know what I mean? I wouldn't maybe start him all the time. You know, with just the way we play. If we are going to bring a striker in, then we need to change the way we play. We're going to need more crosses in because he's a big guy as well, and he's strong. So the problem is his success has been a lot of it has been on the left, and that's the thing. That's where he's getting played at the moment. But I'd like to see him as a striker because he's got it. There's some shots.
I like to see him. My only worry is right with Darwin Núñez. I don't know if him and Luis Diaz can play together because Luis Diaz covers the left-hand side because he's majority left. That's where he plays, yeah. And his work rate is immense. Darwin Núñez likes to drift to the left-hand side, don't he? He does like to drift to the left-hand side. His work rate is immense. They're almost getting each other's way a little bit. So I don't know how you work that out. I don't know if you just got to keep playing them because I think when Klopp looks at it, as his preferred front three is, as you say, Darwin through the middle, Luis Diaz off the left, and Salah off the right, and then you got your Bobbies and your Jotas off the bench. But that's one for the manager to work out. But it's fantastic things to have. I mean, players to have to work out. We're lucky to have them. But it's fun.
It'll have to be Núñez growing as a player, and that's what will happen because you can't put on Diaz because he's the one who's the actual left winger. So you're coming into him space, and then everyone goes. You know what I mean? I think they'll figure it out though. They haven't played that much together to be honest. And when they did against Arsenal, they played pretty good until he got injured.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and
we haven't had our whole team. That's the thing. Yeah. Imagine when our players do come in. You know what I mean? Then he can establish what he wants to do. At the moment, he's like a bit here and a bit there.
Crazy is
the best they play every season.
Bro. I wonder if we get the whole squad together.
You
say that every season, bro.
Against Arsenal, Diaz, I think the ones he set up Darwin with was coming off the right hand side. If I remember.
Yeah, because they do that thing with the changing position.
Yeah, and they look.
You know what solves it, Jamie? If we just actually go and buy a creative midfielder. Solves all the issue,
it's just not
and then we can actually play the man as a striker, and then we will see his goals and assists coming from midfield.
Yeah, because the problem if you get Núñez off the left, man can't cross the ball, bro. So
but the problem, what
that's what I'm saying.
What does everyone count as creativity though? That's always been my thing.
I'm talking about people getting assists, bro. We had 1 assist from Harvey, and I think it was like 2 years in terms of the Premier League, bro. We had one guy that had 1 assist. Hendo don't assist, Fab don't assist, Thiago rarely, assists. We don't have, and they don't even score goals. So what do we actually have them in the midfield do just to run around?
Yeah,
You've got an engine. You've got an engine in midfield. That's it.
That's the system. That's the
Yeah,
system.
Enzo, I can't lie. You're right,
the
but I
system,
think
man.
that is literally
That's the system.
because
but
I've
this
done
is
this
why
at the
we're always
beginning
going
of
to be
this.
second best.
Yeah,
That's why
because I
we're
did
going to
this at
always
the
be
beginning of the
second best.
season. I went through all the stats and I said, if you just get midfielder to score like 5 extra goals a season, it changes everything, bro. As long as they're important games, because people tried to say I was lying, and I went through the season when we won the league, because we went from at least them scoring 5 to 6 goals to none. If you score 5 goals each, extra 5 goals, that's 50. And if some of them are in important games, well, based on last season, we would have won the damn league, bro. Because that means that when
a Coutinho that had played
exactly because that means that when Salah's having an off game, people won't start throwing him under the bus like he's terrible all of a sudden. He's just had an off game, but a midfielder can run in and take the spot and do something. Because let's be honest, Trent and Rob will do their job, bro. They're creating, but look where they're creating from. Can't rely on it all the time, and people are wise to that now. That's the thing, innit? They'll just sit back. Oh, Trent's gonna cross. Yeah, right. We'll just low block up the thing, bro. Against Tarkowski and them, man, they don't care about Trent's crosses. Has to be inch perfect. Has to be inch perfect for him. You know what I mean? So I think Jamie is right though. There's different ways to be creative, but I think once it becomes where it's predictable, you need someone in there to be a little bit
different.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Change up what's going on. I mean, if Thiago he's not going to now, but if it's like someone like Thiago further forward up the pitch it's a game changer, bro. Because he's the pass before the pass. He's never really assisting, but he does play that killer ball in for somebody to cross it. So someone further up the pitch doing that. If they did decide to play Carvalho properly, he can do it as well. But yeah, man, I don't know.
No, I back that, man. I back that all day long. I think Thiago, if we're not going to go and spend on a creative player, then you need to get Coutinho more up on the field with like his ball in and stuff like that, and have someone to do a Thiago role that he currently is doing, because he does more of his hard work on the wrong side of the pitch for me. I mean, he's got it in him, and he has played as a DM for Bayern, etc. But we're kind of spoiling what he is at this moment. Do you know what I mean? Because of the lack of creativity, because it's the creative stuff is going at the back. We need it going more forward.
Maybe that's where the Amrabat comes. If you signed Amrabat and he played in that position, you could do that. You could do that with Thiago, and it's less on his legs as well, bro. Because sometimes when I see him chasing man back, I'm like, bro, one of these tackles, hamstring's gone, bro, because he tries so hard.
Yeah. So and he's at that age. He's at that age where we've got to look after him as well. You know what I mean? One of those delicate flowers, isn't it?
Big up, Asher. Another super chat. Thank you very much, my friend.
Big up, Asher.
Thiago and Enzo in the pivot. Jude roaming in as a free roll. Diaz on the left. Salah on right. Nunes up top. Get the tissues out. No more heavy metal. It's R&B sexy music. I mean, look, Thiago and Enzo. I mean, getting players in like an Enzo Fernandez and an Amrabat does release these midfielders that everyone keeps wanting to be more creative. It allows them to be more creative. Like you have a place for Carvalho then. Do you know what I mean?
I think so.
At this moment in time, you have zero place in this team for Carvalho. There's nowhere he can play at the moment because he's not a left-sided player. And I know I think was it yourself that you were saying yesterday you don't need pace to play in the wide areas or Savage, I can't remember, but which is very true. Don't get me wrong, it's very true, and you are right. But I think in the way Liverpool want to play, and the way Jurgen wants to play, he wants pace out in him that left-hand side. But you can free out a Carvalho to do his job that he's meant to do if you get a player like a Fernandez in and an Amrabat in, because it releases them sort of players then to go and be. Because at the moment, the way we play, the midfielders we have also got to be good defensively as well. Which why when the Ox comes on for Liverpool now, when he plays in the forward areas, so Klopp don't trust him defensively in midfield. So he rather him playing forward areas, getting higher up the pitch. So maybe that's the reason he's going after these players. And Declan Rice, I've always said Declan Rice would be a good Liverpool player, but I think Declan Rice has his heart on Chelsea. And when players have their heart on things. But I was going to speak about this about money as well. So everyone's saying, like, we've got no money, they won't spend anything. Liverpool, I think we all forget, Liverpool are very heavily prepared to buy Tchouaméni and Darwin Núñez last summer.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. And everyone keeps telling me, no, we only went for Darwin after Tuchemeni deal fell through.
There's
And I
two
went,
different
no,
players, so definitely
no,
was going to buy
the
both.
starters are two different players. And I swear I was watching it when we were after him at the same time. You know, we were talking to Darwin, we were talking to they weren't knocking on Enzo's door and going on Darwin's door and going, right, hold there because we're after Tuchemeni. We might come for you if that don't come through. Although you're two totally different positions. You know, they were talking to both of them. People just can't have it that the club were looking at both players. I don't get it. It's like I'm not FSG's biggest fans anymore, no doubt, right? But people are so despise them so badly, they just won't believe a fact that's true. Klopp even came out and said we was after him, and he went to play with after went to Real Madrid.
Jimmy, hold on. I hate FSG with a passion.
Nah, John's killing me, yeah, because he ain't got his camera on. I keep forgetting he's there, bro.
I hate FSG. I literally hate FSG with a passion, and even I know they were after both players at the same time.
Exactly.
How can you hate them, John? You can't say that, man.
I hate them with a passion.
You can't, man. That's another show, but you can't say that.
They tried to ruin my club. I hate them with a passion. I can't forgive them for that.
FSG ruined your club.
What would they try to ruin their own business, bro? That's crazy.
They tried to. They tried to ruin my club, and I can't forgive them for that.
They never did, mate. That was the other two.
Imagine being a billionaire, yeah, and trying to ruin your own profit, bro. It's craziness, bro.
They tried to join the European Super League. They tried to trademark.
That went to ruin it for them. They thought it was a good thing, bro.
To be fair, we should have. I think we should have joined it. If you look at football now, and you look at UEFA now, just nicking the Super League idea. When you watch the FIFA documentary, and you talk, and in that FIFA documentary, you see what the heads of UEFA are doing. You're like, fuck them. And then, how much money does UEFA keep for Champions League teams? You know, and then you look at it and you think, was it really that bad? And then they're talking about the grassroots, yeah. Oh, what about the grassroots? What about the berries of this world and all that Gary Neville was talking about? Well, how about you as a multi-millionaire who lives in Cheshire and is very fond of them? How about you help them, you selfish cunt? Yeah? Why don't we do that? Yeah. Right? No. You got to blame all these other teams because, Liverpool, what about Liverpool? What about poor Tranmere? What about poor Tranmere? What about them? I don't care. I don't care about Tranmere over the Wirral. I don't really give a shit. I'm a Liverpool fan.
Me, go get one of them Hollywood stars. Do a Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds had the right idea, bro. Get a Hollywood star to buy them, bro. It's nothing to do with me, bro. Deadpool owns Wrexham. It is what it is, yeah, bro. They're owned by Deadpool. This is what it is, bro.
Big up Wolves. Big up Wolves, FI.
Big up Wolves, man.
You know what the new thing is, Jay, mate? Everyone pretends to care about everything, bro. I don't care, bro. I care about Liverpool, bro. Everything after that is what it is, bro. Yo, when Chelsea was going out of business, I was happy. Everyone, we got to keep competition. Fuck Chelsea, bro. Leave the club, bro. Yeah, bro, I remember, bro. I was there the first time we played them after Abramovich, bro, in the stadium, shaking £20 notes in my face and that like I'm a dickhead.
John, FSG won us the title. They won us the Premier League and won us the Champions League.
Facts.
That's a great comment there, you know.
You're that one, thank you.
Yeah, who appointed him?
That bold TV, Jamie, bro. That's a big comment, you know. Saying that they bamboozled the fans. I think you already clicked past it. No, facts, because I realized how fickle most fans are, bro. As soon as the media put some stuff up, everyone just ran with it. And they were like, oh, yeah, they're not going to filter down no money. I'm like, bro, the whole point of it was to filter down more money for these clubs. But the media twisted it and said it wasn't. And everyone
I heard someone say the other day when I was talking about FSG leaving, they're like, granted, they've done some good things, but blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but they haven't helped the surrounding area. I'm like, bro, has anyone seen what the new stand's going to look like, bro? It looks amazing.
Yeah,
talking about 7,000 extra tickets.
And now the surrounding area around it's got to be done up as well, ain't it?
Yeah, but don't worry about that, Jay. Don't worry about that, Jay, because people can't see that. They just ignore it, bro.
The bit that ain't done up is if you go past, if you go past where the cop is, obviously down the road there. Obviously, that looks awful because Hicks and Gillette bought all that up. Bought all that up to redevelop, but then didn't do it with council permission. And the council are like, you can't actually do anything here. That's why I think you can only build on the stands we're building on now. I don't think the cop can be built on anymore going into that area. So that's Hicks and Gillette's fault. But look, at the end of the day, you know, it ain't up to the owners of Liverpool Football Club to make Liverpool look nice.
That's the thing, bro. I'll be 100% honest. That's the thing. You know, this like helping the surrounding area thing. I'll be 100% honest. I had no idea about any of that kind of thing until Man City did it. And in my head, I was just like,
Sorry, I
it's
just
like it's nice. It's like it's nice that you did that, but that's what it is.
yeah, but the Leicester owners did
Yeah.
hand out 3 hot dogs one game, best
Yeah, you
owners
know.
in the league.
And they give them them little clackers and that. They put one on each sheet and that, bro.
Yeah, bro. Got made for like 50p, bro.
Man. Yeah, Argentinian TV are talking about the sell on that. Yeah, so I've just
It's
been
River
a
Plate.
few people messaged me about that. It's on the news in Argentina right
That's-
now. It's a River Plate are talking about the sell on they get. So it's obviously something must be happening. There must be something happening. It's the same with by the way, Birmingham become very rich once Jude Bellingham leaves.
Yeah, my friend messaged me every day about it, bro. Every day he messages me. He's like,
They got
hurry up and
25%
buy him so we can get our money.
Yeah.
yeah, bro. It's the difference between Blues getting into the playoff positions and that, bro. So they're just like, give them the money now, bro. They're ready for it.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man.
What was that City's gonna extend? What was that?
Yeah,
What?
City have been given permission to extend their stadium because
They can't
To
fill it up,
build
though.
with who?
but they can't fill it up.
Can't even-
It must be for concerts,
the
bro. Must be for Adele live and that, bro, and cheering and
Ah,
that.
you know when
Apparently,
they
there was
get,
a
you
thing.
know when,
Apparently, a City fans get annoyed at this, don't they? And apparently, there was a thing. Someone did their research on it, and apparently, the Etihad is the most filled out ground week after week over every Premier League club.
cameras don't
I mean,
lie.
I've got eyes, bro, so I don't care what them
I
stats
think,
say.
I think they're doing the same as the people that are running the World Cup over in Qatar
They
with
got
the
some
stadium.
cardboard now.
When they're half empty
Cut
and they're doing a Vince McMahon and saying
Yeah,
the attendance is actually 5,000 more than the stadium holds. And I'm looking at it and you're looking at it and thinking, there's a shitload of empty seats. What are you on about?
The thing is, yeah, I don't even know what bothers them, bro. Like if I was Man City and you're trying to banter me about seats, I'll just be like, all right, bro, but we got all these leagues in it, so what?
City extending the 70k.
It's not worth getting mad about, bro. It's not worth getting mad about.
No, facts. But fans do, man. The little
Hey,
things
listen,
that wind up.
Newcastle's already starting their Super League next season, so let everyone carry on, bro.
Yeah, don't worry, bro. Let them think. Let them think it's not.
FSG only pay for half the stands. The other half has come in the club itself. I'm not.
Yeah, but
That
they
don't
own the club.
that don't bother me. I always say this.
It's as annoying when people say that.
Like Jeff from what's his name who owns Amazon, right? He doesn't no more.
Bezos.
He don't no more put all his money into anything anymore. He doesn't need to. You know,
Good business people don't.
because
bro.
the
That's what I'm
company is so wealthy now. The company can put its own money in and make and do things they need to do. You don't always have to,
Yeah, you think my personal training equipment comes out of my son's Christmas money? It doesn't, bruv. Yeah, someone else pays for that, bruv. So I don't know where this comes from. It's a bunch of people always online talking about business and have no business, bro. That's how rich people stay rich, bruv. Credit, big man. All last season, FSG, I can't believe it. They didn't even pay for the training ground. Liverpool did. Who are owned by FSG. Listen, they loaned the money off Liverpool. Yeah, no shit, bruv. You know about the tax man, bruv. What are you talking about? These men are dumb, bruv.
FSG picked Figo over George Best.
FSG.
John, you there?
Man have to be smart when it comes to the money.
No, he's
bruv.
not there.
There's
He'd have had something to say about
there's
that.
nothing wrong with not knowing about the business side of stuff, but you might as well just research before everyone starts speaking about stuff if you don't know, because business works like that, bruv. Why would these rich guys be paying money out of their own pocket? It's like when Arsenal, cronkies don't take money out of their own pocket. Well, yeah, duh. Why would I?
Look at the rubbish down the road. The rubbish down the road. Look at the problems they're in. Loans on the club and stuff like that. It's mad.
I've been saying this about them for a while. I said it the other day. If they sold Man United tomorrow for £100 million, they'd make £100 million profit because of the way they bought the football club. And that's something I don't want us to go down either with FSG selling the football club. That's why I think. And look, to be fair to FSG, I think they're looking at people to take over the club that will take the club forward. To be fair to them, look, this ain't we're not all like people coming on there might thinking this is like an FSG loving. It's not. All it is that yes, there's things they've done wrong. Yes, there's things they've done right. And if you want FSG out the football club, you're entitled to your opinion, and we're not going to correct you or anything like that. But we can't just sit here and say like they've been the Mike Ashley of Liverpool. You know what I mean? It's just
Absolutely.
You know, we can't sit here and pretend they haven't done good things for the football club. Have they come to the end of their time at the football club? Probably. Do they need to move on now in the football club? Probably. Do we need new investment in the football club now that FSG can't afford to do? Well, then they're selling up, so they're doing the right thing. So that's all just like get on the same page now. Stop with the FSG bashing because it's pointless. They are leaving. They're going, you know, and new owners are going to come in. You know, I just hope that the new owners that come in spend all the money that everyone wants them to spend.
No.
I ain't gonna lie. For a laugh, it would have been funny if they didn't, but it wouldn't last long.
Yeah,
no.
Sammy, I was thinking the same thing.
It'd be like if they came in as like, we're gonna try to sustain the club. You know, we're thinking about changing the changing rooms to wood. You know, to preserve the plastic in the. You know what I mean? And brother, I'd be in stitches, brother. I mean, it wouldn't be in stitches for long because it would piss me off a week later. But just for the crack of the first day, it would be hilarious, bro. It'd be hilarious, man, because we don't even know what's to come. And I'm all for people. I don't give a damn if people hate FSG or like them. I don't care about them in it. But when people argue stuff, I can only argue based on stuff that I actually know. Everything else is like, I know that they do this and they told Klopp to do this and Klopp said, I'm like, I'm not speculating about that stuff.
That's my worst thing. You and me say it a lot. You know when Klopp comes out in a press conference and says something with his own mouth. And
straight away someone's like, you didn't mean that.
Klopp don't mean that. He's just protecting the owners. So it's a grown man. If he wants to leave Liverpool Football Club, he will leave Liverpool Football Club.
Why would he protect his owners? He gets paid either way, bro.
Yeah, it's just not. You've heard him actually come out and actually criticise FSG in the January when we needed.
Yeah, you seen how pissed he was COVID season, bro. He was pissed, bro.
Yeah, he's actually come out and done it. So when he comes out and says, when Klopp did an interview and said, I don't think we need midfielders. Tell me who we can get that is better than what I've already got. Klopp meant it. He wasn't just, he meant it. He meant what he was saying. Then he realised he was wrong. Like you can admit when you're wrong with things, you know what I mean? And he admitted he was wrong. Unfortunately, then he couldn't do anything about it because it was too late. And look, if he's correcting his wrong now by getting us Jude Bellingham and Enzo Fernandez, all good, man. All good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, but you know.
That's the thing. I think people think that I want owners to come in just pure splash cash and spend 500 million pounds every transfer window. That's not what I want, and that's not what
the money you said.
No, that's not what we need to do. What we need to do is maybe go real big in one transfer window, and then maybe every summer buy the odd 50, 40, 30 million pound player. Just keep tapping the club up. That's not what we do, but. Where's the last time we saying we keep tapping the club up? We don't.
Shit.
What's happened?
I just got a message off one of my
sources. Don't ruin my bubble, Jamie.
I've just got a message off one of my sources and just put it there as well, but yeah, hang on.
Oh, Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
Madrid? Because I heard something strong about Madrid today. Very strong.
It says they're Liverpool favourites.
So yeah,
over the line now.
Liverpool.
Hold on, guys. Let Jimmy.
Liverpool are trying to do the deal January and not the summer. They're trying to get him in January and not the summer because of Real Madrid.
Now, bro.
Because of the Real Madrid's high interest. Because of Real Madrid's high interest. Hi, Jamie. So because of Real Madrid's high interest in him, Liverpool are trying to get the deal done for January because Real Madrid don't want to do it in January or want to do it in the summer. And Liverpool, so they're trying to move it to get Jude Bellingham in January.
Pull the trigger, bro.
Apparently, Jude is going to tell Borussia Dortmund that he wants to leave as well.
Here we go, John. For you, John. Here you go, John.
Who said this one? I'll sip my beer. I'll sip on my beer and celebrate. I said this one months ago.
There you go, John, for you, mate.
Enzo Fernandez and Liverpool are very close to a personal agreement.
And you, Bellingham.
The expectation is that Liverpool would be willing to pay his release clause. Fucking hell, what is going on?
I'll tell you what's going on, bro. FSG is scared of not getting Champions League, bro.
Liverpool-
Changes everything when you're trying to sell a club that ain't in the
That's
Champions
what it
League,
is.
bro.
They can't
What's
sell.
worth-
They can't. It's more. I mean, obviously they can still sell Liverpool if they're not in Europe.
Yeah,
but
they'll sell them, but think of
imagine
like
Champions League football club
Yes.
you're selling is
for example, if it was
Yeah.
gonna be if they were gonna try and sell them for 4 billion, and then there's no Champions League, and the man them like, we ain't paying 4 billion, we'll pay 3 billion. You ain't even in the Champions League. It's the big difference. And if you
Yeah.
take 200 million off that, then 800 million profit. It's all good, bro. This is a good thing.
Business wise, yeah, it makes sense.
That's just.
Yeah.
I mean,
Them Jude Bellingham tops about to sell out real quick, bro. I'll tell you that much.
Hendo has basically look. Let's face it, Hendo's groomed him. Hendo has basically groomed him for like 4 weeks.
And Trent.
And Trent, but Hendo's doing a heck of a job here. Hendo's going to bed with him. He's eating with him. He's going out shopping with him. He don't leave his sight. He's doing
Yeah, that
interviews with him.
headbutt thing told a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
story, didn't it, bro?
He took his and Trent's celebration away from each other and did it with Jude.
You hear that thingy, bro? Did you watch the interview with Jude? He said that he was scared, bro. He said I didn't know what he was doing. He said I just went with it because I couldn't back down. But he was scared, bro.
Jude loves Hendo. Jude loves Hendo.
That's a bromance.
Come on, man.
That's a proper bromance. there.
Jude loves
Can I just
And I watched the Inside England thing still, the little training camp stuff, and it was Jude and Trent the whole time, bro. So what's going on there, man?
See, when you're talking about LT, the owners can't sell Liverpool without being in Champions League.
No, they can't sell them. It's not. You can sell them for more with
Like, But how do you know the owners aren't already calling the shots?
Nah, John, come on.
When have
Nah,
FSG
that
ever
business ain't working like
think
that.
about it, when have FSG ever spent over 200 million in the one transfer window without selling anybody big?
Well, it's because
Yeah,
they're trying
but-
to sell the club.
Yeah, but John, at the end of the day, that can be added on the value of the club afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can see that.
I'm saying maybe it's already added on, and the club is already practically
Yeah,
in agreement. So
no, but it's assets. You got to look at these guys as assets.
Yeah.
We look at them as
Yeah,
players.
exactly.
We are players, absolutely. But
I'm
it's
just
what
saying-
makes the potential, not new owners in the background. Potential owners will look at.
Yes, but that could be the case as well.
I doubt
Bro,
it.
ain't it illegal to? It's illegal to do that, bro. You can't get some other
It's
owners
illegal,
to buy your
it's
players
illegal
for
to
you.
do that shit in football, but it still fucking happens.
Nah, bro, that's next level illegal, bro.
Go
That's
on
when
the
the court
fuck.
case happens, bro.
Yeah,
We ain't got Man City lawyers, bro.
How much shit is
We ain't got them kind of lawyers, bro. They'll tell you that we'll be screwed, bro.
We've only just got a doctor, let alone lawyers, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they spend 200 million, they gotta get their money back on the sale anyway. So
This is
that
it. This is it.
That is probably why they're more wanting to do it.
To be fair, Jay, if you'll remember this, bro. What was we did a video on it before. What was the turnover at the time? It was some mad amount of millions, bro. Remember when it was like we've got money and there was an actual figure, and it's just like why is FSG not spending it? It was over like 200
we
million.
made 580 million in 12 months.
Yeah. So I ain't trying to hear none of this new owner business. Bro. They've got the money, bro. This is what happens when you don't spend. Remember when Tottenham didn't spend any money and
That's
Pochettino was in the lurch, bro.
I've
Same thing
never
happened.
denied that. I've never denied FSG don't have money. FSG have fucking a shitload of cash. The FSG can pull this off any day of the week.
Of course they do.
It's not that in their pockets.
They're business owners. They're business owners. That's what you got to understand. When you're a business owner, you're not going to spend a lot of money in.
Yes, but show me the proof that FSG has ever been willing to even contemplate doing this kind of deal.
Bro, they smash transfer records so often.
We didn't sell anyone to buy Luis Diaz, did we?
No, Nike money.
It was night money, I think.
I mean, it technically wasn't Nike money, but it was a nice thing to say. But it was Nike. Is the equivalent? No, it was the equivalent of the Nike money, is what I mean. But we have to make it sound like the Nike made us get with their shit.
They sold Mane as well. Remember, Mane went all right,
Yeah,
not being the same price, but it's still like only like a 20 million for Diaz if they want to look at it that way.
Yeah, can we get Adidas, by the way? Can we sort that out?
Can we get rid of this Nike shit? I'm done.
Nah,
with
this Nike. Oh, good. Let's go back to New Balance. These Nike tops ain't putting it, bro.
I want EA7, bruvs. You see Napoli's kit? EA7, bruvs. Armani, bruvs.
No,
it's Armani.
Armani. Do you see the Napoli kit? And they're training.
See, Jamie's got New Balance on. Jamie, the New Balance fits perfect, isn't it?
Baz, think about it logically. If you have Adidas, you can get all them retro shirts, the proper retro shirts back.
Yeah, with the Adidas badge on it.
Oh, Adidas kits are beautiful. That Japan kit in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Bro,
No,
it's
but
the only
we've
thing
got
I've ever been jealous about Arsenal about is their kits, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know
Keep
something?
their team in
We've got a
order.
problem with Adidas, though. I think we had a bit of a proper disagreement with them. They wanted to cut it short, didn't they? Because they were saying something about we weren't good enough or whatever.
Because we were shit.
Yeah, we were shit. That's what it was, bro.
Adidas got
We
the
were
deal
shit,
short.
bro.
Adidas got the deal short by 2 years.
What's that, John?
What was the
The Adidas deal was cut
And
short
comment is
by 2
imagine
years.
what was the last Adidas year? 2000 and
the last
was it?
one.
Was it? Did we get Warrior after Adidas?
Imagine
Was that the last
Adidas,
one?
Bellingham, and
But
and
Warrior
then-
after
Yeah.
Adidas and we New Balance.
Warrior was an absolute shambles, bro.
You sure it wasn't Reebok?
Guys, do you remember
I
when
think Reebok was before. Champions League was Reebok in 2005.
Yes.
So you might be right still.
Guys,
And
Yeah,
Adidas
but
after that.
we all
and then
make some fucking these kits.
2007 we had Adidas because we had the green kit when we beat
Adidas
Barcelona
is our
2-0.
best ever. Adidas are our best kit.
And then we
ever.
had Warrior. Warrior is the worst thing.
Warrior
ever,
was
bro.
terrible, and then New Balance for me.
New Balance
in the
beautiful.
Jurgen
And the
Klopp era,
tracksuit.
New Balance is our best kits.
New Balance was
Balance.
hit and miss. New Balance was hit and miss.
The Premier League winning shirt is beautiful. This
Yeah.
The
shirt
fit of the New Balance kits are dope. The
and
jackets
the
are dope.
Champions League winning shirt with the collar. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ali Becker's black goalkeeper kit with the gold.
Yes,
Oh, that's fire!
Yeah.
That's fire!
I've got that kit, man.
yes,
I've
but
got
they
that
had
kit,
some
man.
dodgy away kits, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey man, we hardly lost games in them kits, to tell you that much, bro. This Nike, I don't know
Nike
what's
kits,
going
man,
on, bro.
Nike kits. And if you're a bit chunky like me, Nike's not a good thing. Do you know what I mean?
Nike's
No,
a
it's
mess.
neither here nor there. Jimmy, I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that
No,
one.
it's not a good thing. They don't like bigger men. They don't like,
Oh, the fucking no.
don't like it, man. They don't like it. Yeah. So this comment here, can you imagine if Liverpool unveiled both of them in January, or just went right?
Yeah.
Here's Bellingham. We're getting Bellingham in January, and we've done the deal. We'll get Fernandez in the summer.
That's fire! Ooh, that's
They'll
fire!
get Gerrard in to do the Jude unveiling, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
some-
you know.
some
No,
Gerrard
they-
Jude
they
trailer,
gotta
bro.
do a vid-
Where they match up all the goals what are exactly the
Yeah.
same.
And poor Naby has to give the number 8 shirt away straight
Yeah.
away.
Naby, run
Oh,
that shirt.
Poor Naby. What do you mean,
Right,
poor
Naby.
Naby?
You see
Oh,
Naby.
don't get bad started on Naby, bro.
You
Don't
know,
get bad started on
you know
Naby.
when Naby and Gerrard shaking hands and they're holding the number 8 shirt together.
Yeah.
Well, they do a video package where they get someone in. Jurgen Klopp comes in looking like Thanos, and he clicks his fingers, and Naby disappears. And,
Jamie, email them. Email Liverpool. Email Liverpool that.
That is
and they
a
put
email
Jude
them.
there with
Bro,
Gerrard
tell them.
shaking hands instead. You know what I mean? That's
That'd
what
be
should be
cold.
done. That should be done.
Nah,
That's how they should
Jamie,
do
get
it.
on your phone right now and email Liverpool. That's the intro we want. That's
Liverpool,
what I
if you're
want to see.
watching, take note of Jamie, man.
Hold on, is Kwasi's comment true, bro? Kudos one out.
Yeah, Kudos wants to leave in January.
Yeah.
don't
Hey,
He wants
Kudos,
to
listen,
the
listen,
Prem
big
or
man.
Jer-
Because you had a great World Cup still. Listen,
He's
big man.
more. I like him. I
You wanna
like him
come to
more
the
than
dark
Enzo.
side, bro. Yeah, listen, we're open arms, bro. What you want, bro? Bring
Yeah.
him through, bro.
Looks
No,
like
but
we
they
want
can
to
find
spend
that.
money as well, bro. Just send your agent over, bro.
Trust me, bro.
We want to
He's
spend
cold,
money.
man.
Looks like, so.
I watched him doing everything on the pitch, bro. He's cold, bro. Yeah, man. Good,
He's
man.
epic.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant player.
You know what it
Yeah,
is? Because
bro.
he's left-footed, man. I always like the left-footed players, man. They always look
aye.
a bit more
Yeah.
saucier.
And he's like, he can be used different places on the pitch as well, bro. Like, I've seen him doing everything in these games, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'll pick him over certain man still. I ain't just if we had the choice, bro. Because I've seen him cook against us already, and then in the World Cup he's cooking again. So yeah, man. But
He's going to be a star. Wherever he goes,
he is,
he's
man.
going to
Yeah,
do well.
he is, man. Yeah, bro. He's dope, man.
Kudos to him.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hope all this excitement ain't fake though, and nothing happens.
No,
'cause
no,
that's
no.
deep.
I'm still, you know, I mean, seems believing.
I'm on the fence about everything till they start. Till they're at AXA signing the contract with the shirt and doing an interview on Liverpool TV. You know, I'm a bit like suspicious.
And
but
our fans start tracking
Yeah,
planes
man.
and that.
I've just had another.
Tracking planes.
I've just had another message.
Flight finder, yeah.
I've just had another message, guys. I can't tell you his name obviously because we're live. I'll tell you after. Yeah. So Liverpool with the Fernandez deal, it's very true. There's a lot of other people after him, like Man United, Man City, and Real Madrid. Liverpool want to get the deal done now. I.e., he says, like Luis Diaz last January when they were trying to get him in the summer. But Tottenham and Barcelona were sniffing around him, so they've done the deal. This will be sort of similar, but it'll be a pre-deal, as they did with Naby Keita a few years back.
Nice.
So,
nah, man, listen, they better just not mess with my heart rate's good at the moment and that, brother. I've been at the gym. They better not mess with me, man, because I ain't trying to end up with like Neil Mopay type characters in January. That'll piss me off, man. If that's the case, just leave me with my injured team and let's get on with the season, bro. I ain't trying to get these bombs in, bro.
There's a load of people, other things as well, saying,
sorry, Jimmy. Apologize, man. I told you.
Yo. Do you remember when Nabil Fekir came in? Yeah, everything was
don't, bro. He was in the kit and everything.
Yeah,
bro.
let's wait and see.
Hopefully, Enzo ain't got Nabil's brothers. We'll be all right. He signed that contract and Nabil and his agent, because he got rid of them all after, didn't he? When he went,
he took a picture of the top and everything, bro.
Because he signed the contract and they looked over it. They looked over the contract and went, "No, ain't good enough." Because apparently he signed it without his agent.
Yeah,
he did it all without his agent because he wanted to come to the football club, so he just signed it. Yeah. And it's and then his agent looked over it and went, "No, you can't be that. No, we want more money for him. That ain't right." I tried to have a meeting with Liverpool and Jurgen and all that about it, and they were like, "No, he's signed." So they didn't want the hassle, so they just let him go.
But I don't get that to me. So if he'd signed the contract, then how the hell did his agent manage to pull him out of the deal? The contract was signed.
You have a cooling period. You have actually a cooling period.
Like when you sign a mobile phone and that to give you.
Yeah, you got like 14 days to go back on it or something like that. And
plus the agent would have wanted his part of it as well. Maybe the agent didn't get agreement on what he needed.
Look at Fekir now, and it's like maybe it was a bullet dodge. So. I mean, he's not great.
He would have sourced us up, though.
But yeah, so obviously we're going to have to wrap this up. But look, Enzo Fernandez, all the talk is about this could happen. Hopefully it does. And then Jude Bellingham, obviously I just received that breaking news saying that they're trying to get the deal done actually this January. So, and Jude's going back to Germany to say he wants to leave. So
it's going to be very interesting to see how it pans out with Dortmund, because money and that, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, if I was the Dortmund man, I'm like, bro, we can't go.
I'm more than bro. I'm buzzing.
I don't know.
I want Amrabat as well, on top of that.
Yeah. We need him.
Don't worry. I'm about to wrapped up. Don't worry about it.
Do you know what is weird though? Klopp's been bigging up Naby recently, yeah, right?
You better not be.
No, he's bigging Naby up. He's bigging Naby up recently, yeah, and then all this stuff about Jude coming possibly in January. Naby could use as a sweetener.
Naby to Dortmund.
Yeah.
It's not a bad deal for them.
The number 8 shirt will be vacant as well for January,
Yeah, it could be a sweetener.
Can't say though. I know, but we could change it now, but I don't think Jude's taking that number 8 shirt, bro. I seriously don't think he's gonna do it.
After what you told me, I don't think he's going to take it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay with that.
Endo's gone to Germany with Jude. 24 surveillance.
Who's got 22 shirt at Liverpool?
No, I don't think anybody has, did they?
Nah, somebody does. We've worked out the other day. It was it's not Carvalho, is it?
No, I don't think Bellingham takes.
No, Ramsey. Ramsey's 22.
Yeah, I don't think Bellingham takes the number 8 shirt just because he'll feel like. I think with the way Jude talks, he'll feel like he ain't ready for that shirt.
And 22's been his shirt the whole time, and he picked it. They picked it on.
So he's either going to take the 22 off Ramsey, or he gets the number 7 off Milner next season.
And it ruins the story of him getting the number 22 shirt as well, man. Like he got it because of his coach, and it's dope. I think it's a dope reason, bro. Man said you got to be a 10. He said you got to be a 10, 8, and a 4, brother, and he got the number. Oh, come on, bro. That's the coldest reason to get a shirt number ever, bro.
I think at the end of the day, though, he'd probably want that number 8 shirt from Stevie.
Oh no, well, if you watched the England interview when he's talking about it and they compared him to Gerrard, bro, he didn't want to know, bro. He was like, listen, it's disrespectful to Gerrard, and he said, I want to be my own.
Yeah, don't compare me to him, bro.
But if that shirt's available, mate,
I think Liverpool should just retire the number 8 shirt.
22.
I don't want to see no bum in that number 8 shirt. Really.
I can't lie, bro.
You've got a bum in there now. They can't retire him after Naby.
The 22 thing as well, bro. Like I kind of like it, bro. Like Gerrard's my number 8, bro.
It's nice, and it is.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Gerard's my number 8, and that's how it's always going to be, bro. I don't want him to try to sit in that.
But
chair,
next
you know what I'm saying,
next
bro?
season, can we just please give Darwin the number 9? So because it looks so awkward.
Bruv.
No.
Now, number
I mean,
9 next
yeah,
year will
but
be
if
Mbappe, bruvs.
Oh, could you
No, we're
imagine?
gonna give him number 7, bro, because most of us want him to play left wing in it.
Yeah, that is very true. Can you imagine? all the new things. All
That
the
should
new
be number
players.
11 then, isn't it? Number 7's normally on the right. Number 11's on the left, isn't it?
Yeah, Liverpool will never retire a shirt because the left Dalglish is number 7. On
I mean,
They'll
Dalglish
never
number
retire
7. We
it,
can
bro.
retire.
I mean, to be fair, James Milner's number 7 for me, bro. That's James, you know, like that, bro. James Milner, bro. That's my guy. bro. So,
James is, listen,
Watch,
mate, you know
hang
what?
on, watch us buy all these players, yeah? Watch us actually buy Bellingham and Enzo Fernandez, yeah, and give Milner a new contract. You watch the fan base. You watch the fan base melt. You know, they're like, oh, for
You know,
fuck's
I would not mean that at all.
Jamie,
I respect Millie, man.
Him, all right, and Firmino are the ones that are going to, their extensions are a contract
I
going to be
think they will.
extended.
I don't see
Those
Liverpool
two.
letting go of too many players for nothing.
I
I just can't see it.
Another year for Milner, I think it's going to
Oh,
to happen. I hope not.
Do we have a better professional in our team to learn off of? Or learn James Milner?
I can't lie.
Make him a
I have to
coach
say
then.
one thing. You see all that learning
Yeah,
off
coach.
Hendo and Milner for being respectful. Bond that, bruv. I'm fed up of man telling me that Adrian can speak all the languages. That's why he stays here, bro. Linders can speak all the languages, bro. That's what we got there, man. I'm done with it, bro. But what I will say is the reason why Millie's still there is because normally there's a natural succession of players pushing him further down the pecking order. So that, and then that player normally goes, you know what? I can't get a game. I've done great here. Let me try and go this one place for one more year. But no one's been good enough to push him back. As much people can laugh at Milner all they like, but somebody tell me Naby's been good enough to push Milner out the squad, and then that's fine. But he hasn't. So is he here? Respect James Millie, bruv. Come on.
Hey,
Millie
he's
Rock
better
and
than
Millie
George
Block.
Best, man. Come on.
He's better than George. He is better than George Best.
Yeah.
I'm not having it. He's
And I'll
better than
fight you
George
all day long, John. No. Don't whoa, me, man. Behave yourself.
Don't fucking go over me.
We will go there, bruvs, all day long. What?
George
James
Best's career
Milner?
does not compare to Millie's, bro.
James
Man's
Milner,
got every
bruv.
trophy available in club football, bro.
Thank you.
Doesn't compare, bro.
And he's got both his lungs.
Man's had about 17,000 Premier League matches,
I
bro.
don't get to be playing Fox. I'm not having that bullshit.
17,000 Premier League.
Nah, honestly, how many matches? He had about 700 matches, bro. He's got a league. He's got a Premier League with Liverpool and 2 Premier Leagues with Man City. He's got 3 League Cups. He's got
So
4
what?
FA Cups.
James
bro.
Milner
He's got
does
Club
that.
World Cup.
That's
Come
that.
on,
Is
bro.
James Milner get a Ballon d'Or? I don't fucking
Ballon d'Or's
know.
nothing,
Told you
bruv.
about
Michael Owen won
that
that.
60s Ballon d'Or, bro. Bruce Lee was running around when that Ballon d'Or was out.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, bro? That was just for European players. That's the best one that Michael Owen won,
These guys
bro.
know exactly how to get at me. I don't need
The 60s Ballon d'Or.
Nah, bro, that 60s Ballon d'Or's trash, bro. It was only for European.
It wasn't
players.
Ballon d'Or, it was
Zico
Ballon
It
d'Or.
was
and
only for
Socrates are running
European
around.
players back then, wasn't it? He won
Ballon
one Ballon
d'Or,
on it.
not Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or, John. Get it right.
Jarzinho and Zico and Socrates never had a chance, bro, because they couldn't win it, bro. Otherwise, they would have.
because they were crap.
Ballon d'Or.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you guys.
Hey, man.
You guys,
Cav, it's tomorrow.
There you go. Yeah. Tomorrow night. Is it
Tomorrow
what time?
night. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow
When?
night.
Yeah, tell everyone where they can
8:30.
find you. Tell them where.
Ensman TV, man, on YouTube, guys. Just come along. We do some great stuff over there. Yeah, man, just come like, subscribe. You know, and I'm happy to have anyone on the show, man.
Sorry.
No, I can see it as well. No, these men are deep, you know. No, for real.
Nah, Ash is the coldest guy on YouTube, bro. He comes in with the darkest
Bro, he
comments,
is.
bro.
Fuck yeah,
good guy. John, where can they find you, man?
Fuck knows.
With George Best.
You can find me in Glasgow Red chats, YouTube, on Twitter, and with all you guys.
Guys, where can they find you, man?
Unfortunately, I'm stuck with these fucking bastards.
Hey, man.
There goes my monetization.
I take that back.
The algorithm don't work like that, but you can't just take it back.
No. It's this an after dark episode?
Send me the chat. I'll write the chat for you.
The after dark is coming back, guys, after the World Cup. So yeah, it's been on hiatus, but yeah, the work there, you guys are more than willing to join the After Dark podcast as well, guys. It's where we talk about anything but football. And the last episode we did, well, yeah, we annihilated Harvey Price.
Don't bring it up, man. Don't bring it up, man. That never happened, bro.
And
that
then
never happened, Jimmy.
And then I got an email.
Oh,
from his mum.
Don't talk about that, Jimmy.
You know, and then it was a good show, man. So you're always welcome to out on Sunday nights at 10 p.m. That'll be back after the World Cup has finished. So once the World Cup's done in the new year, we will go back to doing the After Dark podcast on the other channel.
I'm going to say George Best is banned from that fucking channel.
We don't want him there, bro. He's not good enough to be part of it, bro.
bro, he's not even good enough for the reserves, man.
You shut the fuck up, you baldy bastard, right?
Hey, watch it.
Vaz, where can they find you, man?
They can definitely not find me on his chat.
Fuck you, well.
You can find me on LVFC TV. That's my new channel. But yeah, you can find me with all most Reds outlets, Ensman TV, Jamie Phillips, Savage, even the dirty cheating cunt himself. But you know, yeah. But big up, guys. Make sure you're smashing a like on this one as well and subscribing. Yep, big up.
Big up. And Savage, where can I find you?
Hey man, if you can read, you know what I mean. If you can read Mandarin and that, it's in the name. But otherwise, from that, bro, Savage talks football.
To find Savage, everyone has to take a mandolin course.
I'll take your keyboard.
Yeah, man. You already know the vibes, bro. We'll start cooking up some new stuff still. World Cup's nearly done. Watch along tomorrow. Watch along day after, and then after that, bro. Yeah, man. Start cooking up some new stuff, bro. Come on.
Excellent. All right, guys. Thanks everyone coming in. Subscribe to everyone's channels.
Peace out, people.
All the new subscribers. We're 100 away from 3K now. So
come on, guys. Make that happen. Make that happen.
Come on.
Make that happen.
Yeah, man. Quick
Make
time,
that
bro.
happen, man.
Make it happen. That deserves to be a lot more than that.
So yeah, we're on our way, guys. So thanks very much, guys. When this video ends, you'll be sent straight to my watch along for tomorrow. So just go and leave a like on the video. You don't go anywhere, guys. Just stay where you are.
Cool.
You'll get my watch along tomorrow. Big up to everyone in the chat.
Big up, man.